Why, good evening. It's Friday. You know what that means. It means it's time for the fun zone. Not prepared for that once again. Here at twitch.tv/Jeraffemy. I am the Jeraffemy, Jeremy Graves. I, of course, am joined by Felflowne, but that's not all. We're shaking things up a bit, folks. We have two very special people in our lives joining us today. We, of course, have FreyaPurrito. Hello, hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
And of course, we have the Boo himself, Matty Della Boo.
Jeremy, do a point.
Do a point. That way.
That's right. That's it. There we go.
Well, how else can I rise to this occasion? Hello, my little chickadees.
There you go.
Hello.
And this totally has to do with the fact it's been like 21 degrees on the south coast, so it's so hot we need more people to spread the warmth, as it were. Oh, thank you, Harriet. Thank you very much.
Hello, everyone.
But partly the reason that we have so many folks on today is because we thought, you know what? Having a great time doing the Ace Attorney stuff. A bit later, we're also all going to be doing some Pokemon raiding together, so we're going to have fun with that. And then we just kind of thought, you know what? Let's shake things up a little bit with the old Ace Attorney stuff. So we've got more people to help delegate voices, as it were, and have a bit of fun. And we will see how things... Claire, what has happened to you? What's up?
Hang on.
I'm hanging on to something. What?
I could hear weird noises for a bit. Is it fine now?
I'm fine.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, Jeremy froze on my screen, and I was like, oh no.
Not again.
Can I put my headset on? Let's do that now.
If you want to, sure, we'll wait for you to do that.
That way, like, because we've got more people talking, there's more likely I'll get feedback. So that,
Fair dues. And before we go any further, I will first of all say good evening to you both, Stitcher and to Harriet. Welcome, as well as everyone else watching. Also, if you haven't had enough of us over the past few days, you've got more VODs you can catch up on, including the Nintendo Switch 2 Nintendo Direct presentation announcement stream thing that happened on Wednesday, where we reacted to Nintendo Switch 2. Yes, that is what it's called. The Nintendo Switch 2 being formally announced and revealed and such. And yeah, it was a good time. And then because I'm a glutton for punishment, and also because I managed to clear my professional work deck a bit early, I did an entire 4-hour stream watching along to the Nintendo Treehouse Live, looking at some early gameplay of a bunch of the games and a few things, including the Nintendo GameCube Malark, which was great fun, to say the least, once we got around to it. GameCube stuff is looking crisp, and it's so sunny outside that if I lean back just a little bit, I have the sun over my face. That's how we're rolling tonight, folks.
Oh my god. Can you hear me, Jeremy?
Yeah, Claire, you sound sweet and crystal HD.
Yeah.
That's nice. Sorry, it's just, it was doing that thing where it's just like, maybe they can't hear you. Maybe you were never real to start with. Oh, yeah. Yes. So, sorry, continue.
I guess just to sort of get the voices warmed up a little bit, we'll do a little bit of chatting for a few minutes and such. But I think this is a good, because we've sort of discussed our thoughts and feelings on the Switch announcement and stuff. So
yes,
I think it is very fair to bring some other folks into the conversation. So Freya, any particular thoughts of yours when it comes to the Switch 2, its announcement, be it the fallout from it, as it were, because there's certainly been a lot, especially if you're in the United States of America. Any thoughts at all that really stood out to you?
What's going on in America?
The only thing I know more or less is the fact I won't be getting it for a while. I'm probably going to wait and see what bundles come out around Christmas, and if it goes on sale, it goes a little bit on sale, then it'll be a bit more affordable. But otherwise, yeah, I'm looking forward to playing Mario Kart World because that looks pretty fun. See what other titles come out. I think it's pretty cool that they've got a new From Software exclusive for Switch 2. I think that will be a major pull for a lot of people.
Didn't realise it's not the same kind of game as Dark Souls, and the fact that it's largely multiplayer, which has got a lot of people.
Oh, is it? I'd not heard that.
Yes.
PvPvE, which is
not a lot of. If you enjoy things like Dark Souls, that is not that kind of game. So that explains why it's that kind of game, because it's more suited to the Switch, but funnily enough, not suited to potentially the kind of people who play other FromSoft games. The irony. Well, they're trying something new. You can't fault them for that. So.
No, exactly.
Sorry, Mal. Continue.
No, it's okay. I was just gonna, I think it's cool that they've got an exclusive. Sony fumbling the bag, as it were. But yeah, I think one of the titles I'm looking forward to in the next year is the Tomodachi Life remake, which makes me very excited because I played the shit out of the 3DS version and I still have it in my 3DS as we speak. So once that comes out, I'm hoping it will be on Switch as well as Switch 2, because then that will be a lot easier for me to play, obviously, because I would not have access to.
You see, tucked at the end of the announcement in the like kind of quickfire round, as it were, there was another. I can't remember exactly. It's something of seasons. It's what Harvest Moon is called now.
Story of Seasons.
That's it. Yeah, they tucked that in there as well, because obviously the whole point of that game is the fact we wouldn't have Stardew without Harvest Moon, and Harvest Moon kind of died a death, and that's why Concerned Ape was just like, well, maybe I will do it. So they're making another one of those games. Let's see how that goes. So that would be interesting. Also, putting Silksong in right at the end. What a dick move.
just casually dropping it in.
Yeah,
you, man. Seriously.
We've got a 5 seconds look at Silksong. It was just like.
I mean, and it looks like Hollow Knight, but with Hornet jumping around, which is kind of what we knew it would look like. Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, right.
But Matty, how about you? What did you think of the announcement overall? Because I know you ended up watching it on a delay just because of, work and such. But what was your thoughts on it?
Well, I mean, I'm pretty much in the same boat as Freya. I mean, I was considering like payments and stuff like that, and I settled with, if I go with Curry's, I'm already paying off my PS5 on a tab. I'll just add that to the tab. No, Jeremy, no. We just found out that Currys do take pre-orders. They're nearly sold out, and you have to give them the entire lot of money in one go.
So, they're taking it all up front, are they?
Yeah.
No, don't. It's too soon. It's too soon.
I'm sorry.
So for me, I'm pretty much on the mind of, I will get it eventually. It's not a race. The people that are stupidly eager to go get it will get it. I will get it eventually. I was the same with the PS5. I was the same with the PS4. I eventually got a Xbox One, so it's all fine.
In fairness, when it comes to the PS5, I think some people would have probably chosen to get it a little earlier than they did, and it was kind of out of their control because of various sourcing errors. But anyway, so I'm just horribly traumatizing my group chat by sending them an image I made earlier. Enjoy that, lads. Everyone who's in it, literally the whole call is just like, fuck.
Oh, I see it though.
Yeah.
When you have an idea for a meme and then you put your phone down and pick it up again and get jump scared by your own thing, like, oh god,
get jump scared by your own meme.
I got jump scared by Logan Paul last night. Would not recommend. I literally had forgotten I was making a meme and looked down. I was like,
Nobody wants that to happen.
No one wants suddenly to have a picture of Logan Paul on their phone. Harriet's saying I kind of don't have a choice. I can't remember what that was about.
That's due to the Switch currently being MIA.
Right, sorry, I would not have called that to attention if I'd been even slightly smarter than I am.
It's all good, it's all good.
The thing is, though, I would say you do have a little bit of a choice, Harriet, because one thing that I was saying, I was chatting to a completely separate group of friends. I have other friends.
What?
And they were saying...
Nani?
They were saying that... I mean, this is not how I think at all, but apparently when the Switch 2 comes out, they are convinced that a lot of people are going to sell their Switches to get a Switch 2. Now, that's not the way my mind works at all, but they are probably correct. So what that will probably mean is that there will be a flood of probably decently priced, pretty good quality Switches on the market. So
you know what, Felf? I said exactly the same thing to her, because it's already happening. People are already selling their Switches.
I don't understand. I love my baby. I would never get rid of.
My
Facebook
marketplace right now is full of Switches being sold for like £100 to £150. That's it. They're literally just getting rid of it.
The way to think of it as well, though, is that some people will want to try and sell it to help pay for the next one.
That is true. And I can understand like a part exchange, but it's almost like it's part exchange spread out. Anyway, yeah. Sorry, yeah, no, that was just something I'd heard, and my brain doesn't work like that because I think I'm a bit of a hoarder, so I'm like, why would I get rid of that?
Yeah, I mean, I generally don't sell consoles. I like to hang on to them, but for worse or worse. There's just something about it. Like, I've shown you guys on stream. Like, I've still got my Dreamcast. I've still got PS2s. I've got my GameCube in a drawer over there. Irony.
I still have all of my Game Boys and my DSs.
For a weapon, if anything else, like someone breaks into your house, you drop an Xbox on their head, they're fucking dead. But I think that thing was a weapon.
But it's interesting as well because
the OG DS.
I've still got one signed by Charles Martinet, the original voice of Mario.
And you can swing your GameCube by its handle and knock someone out, as we know. GameCube have a handle.
But I think part of the reason why I kept my consoles though was that, I mean, not that I had this thought in my brain because I'm not that intelligent to think this like many years ago, but in terms of preservation and such, like at the time there wasn't the Switch Online stuff happening, and there was virtual console stuff.
This is quite a new thing.
Yeah.
This is almost like slightly better, but kind of like the streaming thing. Like having hard media is maybe not. I mean, there were 2 bookshelves on that. Sorry, I hit my thing there. 2 bookshelves there, which are exactly the same as the ones behind me, that were full of like DVDs, not Blu-rays, just DVDs. Because there was a period about, I want to say about 8 years ago, when DVDs were very, very cheap, and crappy versions of a lot of old stuff were being put out, and I bought loads. And eventually we were like, we need to get rid of some of this shit, you know, like because. Realistically, I don't think I'm ever going to watch it. And now it's like, and if I wanted to watch it, there's probably somewhere that's streaming it for like a couple of quid or whatever.
Or through means also.
I have just, not to give anything away, but I spent part of this afternoon spell checking and editing the latest script that Keith has written for an event, and it is one of the. I love reading Keith's scripts because although it seems like I have to do a lot of editing to them, I literally read them through the first time going, where the fuck is this going? Like literally where? Because he's a good comedian, so he does the whole building up on things and stuff. I just tend to like add a little bit of a sparkle to it. And I was just, when we got to the end, I was like, fucking hell. But it is basically, he's taken aim at the streaming services on this one, which it's kind of a combo salvo on things like streaming service and billionaires and just the horrible time we're having at the moment. And I think it's very timely, if nothing else. But yes,
it's funny. It's funny you mention that. It's funny you mention that actually, because there was like in the world of football, of which I should say before anything else, Happy St. Totteringham's Day. It's the day. It's the day where it is mathematically impossible for Tottenham to finish above Arsenal in the league table.
See, I was going to say something to Jeremy when my computer booted up, but I know he sometimes doesn't watch football games on the day they happen, and I was like, if I accidentally tell him the result of an Arsenal game that he hasn't told me, I think that might be the end of our streaming career together. He will kill me. So I will just simply say, Jeremy, have you seen the result of the game that Arsenal played against Fulham?
I was there.
How would I know that? Just say yes or no, Jeremy. I swear to God.
I said it on chat. I was there.
I knew you were at a match. I don't know who you're playing against. So
is that like 90% of their games?
Imagine, Jeremy, if you'd been at the match, you're like, I was there, but I don't know what the score was. I'm like, what the fuck?
Okay, okay, look. But to remember the story I told you last night about someone who dropped their phone and was too drunk to get it, so they got kicked out. That was at that game on Tuesday.
I see. I'm just imagining you like at a football match, and every time with your hands over your ears, and every time, spoilers! Like, why are you here? Yeah, because when my computer boots up, it tells me the football results, because it's just something this computer does.
Because you're clearly a secret Arsenal fan, Claire. I know this.
It just does it, dude. It's a Microsoft thing. But I was going to say, oh, well, congrats, Jeremy, on beating Fulham. I'm like, what if he goes, oh, spoilers? I'll be like, I'll just kill myself.
When it comes to live sport, there is an element of, unless I specifically make it known, I can't watch this live. I'm going to watch it on delay, and I tell people.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, we're the nerdy chat, so it's like less likely that you'd tell us. Do you know what I mean? Like, because we'd be like, okay. Whereas if it's more like, don't tell me any Avengers spoilers, we'd be like, okay, dude, we won't. You know?
Oh yeah, that's it. Okay, you know what? I'm now being attacked by the sun very directly. So I'm gonna.
My son is being attacked by the sun.
I'm going to leave the stream in your capable hands for a couple of minutes, Claire, while I attempt to block the sun. Have fun.
Jeremy versus the sun. Who will win?
I just think it enhances his natural shine.
It does, yeah. Only as an aid to the natural shine. Look at him shine. Psh, psh, psh. Look at him shine. Lens flare on Jeremy. You know it. Yeah, so we're gonna do something a bit different this evening. We've got a few more people on. It's always nice to have pals on the stream. I've had an annoying day. I think most of us have had an annoying day in one way or another. I wasn't supposed to be working today, but due to my own idiocy, I ended up working. And I mean, the fact that I ended up working on a day I shouldn't be working probably tells you about how good I am at working on days that I should be working. So you can imagine how that it didn't change today. Let me just put it that way. So so I will be able to might be swearing a bit more than usual in the raid, to which I apologise.
All right.
It's going to happen.
I'll be swearing with you.
Swearing our tits off, our collective tits, our collective basket of tits will be sworn right across the room. Yeah, I think Jeremy might have actually gotten to the sun, like in that movie Sunshine.
I mean, to be fair, it's Jeremy. It's not exactly a hard reach for him.
I'm just imagining if Jeremy came and sat back down, only this time he was a black man, and we're like,
What the fuck?
No,
Valve?
it was the sun. It's just like a different person. He's like, so we ready to go? Voice is the same, everything, and we're like, yeah. And then we all just started looking at each other like, was he always black and we just didn't notice? What the fuck is going on? He comes back, oh, he's a girl, and we're like, don't say anything.
He's not there at the moment. He's not there at the moment. I'll just say he'll come back with the suntan that'll make Hulk Hogan proud.
He comes back with a reverse suntan, so he's only tanned where his t-shirt is. Like if his shirt goes, you can just see his tan where he normally wouldn't be.
Oh crap! You're kidding me?
Oh my god, this is so funny.
The sun! The sun!
Oh my god.
One of the lines I put in Keith's skit was, I can feel every cell of my body dying, and I envy them, which I was quite proud of. So we'll see. I think my friend Nick is going to deliver that line, who you may remember as being the guy who Keith literally killed in the Minami-Con skit.
Oh, yeah.
So, poor Nick is going to get it again.
I mean, I'd kill him for those board games he had in the background.
Oh yeah, him and his partner have got quite the collection. They also, I believe they went to go see 2 Steps from Hell on tour. If you don't know who 2 Steps from Hell are, they are an amazing, they do calling it trailer music is kind of a bit reductive. It's just like epic, that epic orchestral music that often gets used in trailers.
Yeah.
That's their whole thing, and they do kind of write music for that reason, but it's great to listen to on its own. So yeah, they went to go see them.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Jeremy, there we go. Jeremy's just punched out the sun. He's Mr. Burns.
All of a sudden.
So,
oh fuck! What's going on?
I have what I will call a temporary solution, which incorporates a poster tube currently being taped to the side of my blind. But the problem is I've got the window open. I've just realised the blind is still moving every so often.
Oh, no. You hear this odd rattling sound. Yeah. Do you know, this reminds me of one of the very first TikToks I ever uploaded, right? Which I'm not going to make Jeremy play because it's too awkward to faff with. But I just need to remind myself what it is. Because it was... Jeremy, I do not believe, has ADHD. But what he just said is very much something I would do because I like to fix things and then go, you actually made that harder, Claire, because you're an idiot. So, no, I still can't remember. But basically, I was looking for some scissors. I was sat here looking for some scissors to do something. And it wasn't last week, Jeremy. This was ages ago. And I was like, where are the scissors? Where are they? And then I remembered I'd hung a sign on the door here. Because there was nothing to actually hang the sign on. What I'd done was I'd attached the sign to a piece of string, then put the string over the door. And I needed to put a weight on the other end to stop it just going and falling out. So I tied the scissors to it, right? So I turned to my left and I just saw a long piece of string with the scissors just hanging on them from the door, tied to them. And I was like, what the fuck? Why did I think that was a good idea? I was like, where are my scissors? Oh, yes, of course, the door. Where else would they be, you fucking idiot?
I mean, I judge you, but...
Fair enough.
Remember, you were privy to a stream where I spent about 30 to 40 minutes looking for a pail to milk my cows with it being in my own inventory.
In fairness, once you get the automatic machines, you don't have to use it again, so it's quite easy to get what it looks like. In fact, I only was looking at it like, what, is that it? Is that it? That can't be it. He would have seen it, And I'm like, no, I think that is it.
I legit forgot. I thought I didn't buy it. I legit forgot that I bought it.
Yeah, because she won't let you buy it again, will she? She's good like that. And you're like, but I need one. What the fuck is going on? My cows are going to explode.
Oh, the look I gave to the camera when I realized.
It was quite funny. I think you were more angry than anyone else. We were just laughing. We were like, funny. It's fucking funny, man. It's like, Mel, what happened earlier when we were on a phone call?
I don't remember which
I was getting dressed and I'd lost an item of clothing and I was looking around for
it was your underpants. It was like
I lost my
on your head.
I literally put them on my head. On my head. Not like on my head, like wearing them, like haha, there's pants on my head. I'd literally just draped them on my head, I think, so I could have 2 free hands. And then I was suddenly like, why are they on my head? It's so stupid.
Honey, where's my
where's my super pants? Anyway.
Oh my word. I mean, I can't follow that. I can't follow that. What? How can I? No. Should we just get on to Ace turning?
1 second, I found the TikTok. It says, in another incident that would be absolutely borderline insane for anyone else, but it's pretty normal for me. I'm recording a video for work, and I'm going to have it starring a cute little cuddly toy that I had in place of my actual dog, because my actual dog is a goddamn criminal and untold chaos. But unfortunately, I found there's a tag on the toy, and we can't have a tag in there, so I need to look for the scissors. And where are the scissors? I don't know. I know they were in this room originally, but then I thought, oh wait, hang on a minute. And I've just print screened. They are there. They're there because they're attached to a piece of plastic, which goes over the door like a long string and is attached to a bulldog clip, which has a sign that says recording. That's right, because I was doing something for work. Because I'm recording a video. Why am I like this? I could have tied anything to it, but I chose to tie the scissors to it. Anyway, I found some more scissors. I've just screenshotted my face looking at these things. I'll show it to you guys. But yes, let us do the Phoenix Write. Let's do some Phoenix writing.
Indeed, I'm just going to make sure that something is working, because I thought I had something activated. Let's do a quick fun test. There we go.
Hey, emo wall!
There you go.
Emo wall. Yeah, he's got it working. He's got it working.
The amount of things I have to remember to turn off and then turn back on to make sure I can actually open OBS at the moment.
Bro, I get you. I get you.
Of which actually, I'll mention this actually, because I appreciate this has come up in conversations recently, but I think it is something to, the problems I'm having is something to do with browser elements that I've got. Like needing
like add-ons in your browser?
Yeah, like needing to connect to like Streamlabs and stuff like that. I think it's some of those. So if I sometimes just like hide them or hit like, or change it to be like refresh the cache and whatnot, then sometimes that helps. So we'll see. Yeah, Chances are that's not the reason, and I'll have to figure it out next time.
It's good to have a thing of things you can work down, you know?
Exactly. And hopefully the emote wall will also be working here. Let's do a quick testy test.
Grande emoji.
There you go. There you go.
Fabuloso.
In fact, that's going right over the screen. I wasn't expecting that. Hang on.
It's fine. Don't faff, Jeremy. Don't faff.
But I am a giant faff.
No, you're no more giant. Keith is a gianter faff than you, and he's like 5 feet tall.
A gianter faff.
Gianter faff. But he's not a turf. I've gone into deep cover. Oh, there we go. Music!
There you go. Just switching things over. Let's get this show on the road.
Let's get this row on the show.
So, Claire, can you recall what happened last week? Previously?
What happened previously on the Fun Zone? We went back to the circus because we wanted some more information because we needed to know how Max was flying. Did we actually find out how Max was flying? I don't believe we actually did. Or rather, no, it wasn't Max that was flying. We wanted to find out how the murderer flew away. We then spent the entire time not finding that out and finding out how the accident that had happened to Acro's brother. You remember?
Yes, because they were talking about...
And Regina had found that note in her pocket saying to the murderer, and she's like, well, I'm not a murderer, so I'm going to go and stick this on the corkboard.
Yeah, because the accident involved him sticking his head inside a lion's gob.
Yeah, the lion who'd done that trick lots of times, for some reason that day decided to chomp on his head, smiling the whole time. And I'm like, lions can't smile, but, you know, go off, queen. Whatever. What was the thing that she said that we were like, she's so incredibly stupid, I actually can't...
I mean, I would ask which thing, because
there was a particular thing, I can't remember what it was,
I think
but
it's
anyway.
the one where she knows, she's like, oh, that's not really Dad, he's like...
Oh yeah, so I won't see him for a while because he's in the stars, and you're like, this is kind of cute, but also, what? We also broke through a bunch of psyche locks. I always say that wrong, because Mo was like didn't want to spill the beans about Acro and that, but we broke his tiny clown brain.
We broke his soul.
We broke his great amount of soul. Also, the judge really hated Mo, which was quite funny.
I think a lot of people don't actually like.
It was just like the judge. We've seen the judge deal with way more annoying people, and he was just incredibly nasty.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he was getting proper annoyed at clown jokes, which I appreciate.
He was. Well, they weren't jokes.
Did you pick up on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air joke?
Pick up! It was thrown in our eyes like 3 times.
It was blink and you miss it stuff, but I saw him.
No, I went and found it online. Quite funny. Right, should we go?
My only favourite bits of that.
In the words of Super Mario, let's a go.
Let's a go.
Woohoo!
December 30, 9:41 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby, number 5.
Go on, Mel.
On tonight's episode of Jeraffemy, the role of Maya will be played by FreyaPurrito. Good morning, Max.
Oh, there he is.
On this week's edition of Jeraffemy Plays Ace Attorney for the first time, the role of Maximilian, I nearly called him Maximilian Bonaparte, that's not his name.
You tried to call him that the other night as well.
the role of Maximilian Galactica will be played by Matty Boo, the Boo.
Oh yeah, good morning, sweeties.
You don't seem like your usual sparkling self today.
I'm always like this before I go in front of an audience. I'm working up to it.
Oh.
I don't know who this is.
Tee-hee!
Tee-hee! Oh, it's probably Regina. Oh, it is.
Regina.
Don't be nervous, Maxie. Here, have a glass of milk.
Oh my god, the milk! The milk paid off! Do you remember he was like, milk? At the end of the thing, we were like,
oh
what?
yeah, it was like when he was in the detention center.
Yeah.
Regina.
Ah!
How fabulous! My sweetie pie princess!
This is incredible casting.
Do let me know, folks watching, if I need to adjust the audio at all.
If the levels are okay.
Yeah, that's
Whoa.
I can adjust on the fly, but this is great.
You came to watch my performance today?
Thank you,
Harriet.
Harriet.
Like pure cinema. Call that Kino.
Of course I did. Mo told me I should come and watch this.
Mo said that?
So what kind of performance will you put on today? Let me guess, you'll fly at the end?
It's not that kind of show. Isn't that right, my sweeties?
That's a ping pong show.
Huh?
I think my sweetie pie princess doesn't
have a brain?
Yeah, she doesn't seem to realise what's going on, or even where she is.
Well, Max, it looks like it's time to raise the curtain.
The judge is just under a curtain like a parrot. He's like, rah, 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 rah. You pull it off for the day.
Evening, Charlie. Welcome.
Oh, see, there you go. You're fabulous, Charlie, back to the stream after several months of absence. It's always good to have you, Charlie. Yes, we have a visiting voice actor today who could not be better cast.
I'll see you later. Today, I'm just a member of the audience.
Just walks in with 5 tigers behind you, like, okay, all right, okay.
Fabulous! Enjoy yourself out there.
Have you ever seen those photos of like from flights in the UAE where like you've got like say a really, for want of a better phrase, like someone who's really like got money, they're like proper like rich.
So anyone from the UAE?
Yeah, I lost my train of thought as I had it. So you got one person in one seat, and next to them is their pet hawk.
Oh yeah, I think I know which one.
This is a genuine thing, Claire. This is a genuine
thing. I'm just imagining,
Yeah.
in my brain, what is happening is there is a man sitting there like a towel around his head as if he's been in a spa, and one of those towel robes, and next to him is a hawk with the exact same and 2 pieces of cucumber over his eyes, and I'm just enjoying that image. You can all enjoy it too. Right.
There was a parrot in the last game. That's very correct, actually. Very correct.
There was a parrot in the last game. I actually heard about a real life case where a parrot ended up solving a murder. Would you like to hear this?
Was it in Texas?
I don't know.
It seems like a thing that would happen in Texas.
It was quite recent. It was recent enough that, like, I'd say it was like in the. I've written Texas now. That's not the thing I know about it. So it was actually obviously the problem was you can't put a parrot on the witness stand because it's not a Phoenix Wright game. And I know if I Google parrot murder witness, all I'm gonna get is bloody Phoenix Wright. Because no, it was in Michigan.
Okay.
Which is not in Texas. So what happened was there appeared to be a break-in, and this man and his partner were both found shot. He was dead on the scene, but she survived. And the parrot had been there and was given away to like his sister, and it just started saying the most horrifying shit. Like it would do two different voices going, "Don't shoot, don't, you've killed me," and all this kind of thing. And they were like, that's my brother's voice. And they were like, I think we should look into this a bit more. And they were like, they obviously had other evidence too, but yeah, it turned out she did it and then pretended to be dead. And I'm just like, fuck me, that poor parrot is traumatized.
Damn.
That parrot's seen some stuff, as it were. Matty, sorry,
Right.
did you read this line, Matty? Sorry.
I did.
I think he did, yeah.
Good luck, Max. You're the best.
At murdering.
Regina's different, don't you think, Nick?
Different from everyone else. Oh no,
Oh.
yeah, Jeremy, everyone's coming.
Crap.
Hey.
How did I do this voice lot? It changes week to week.
It's like top of the morning to you, kind of like that.
Hey!
Oh, like curly, yeah.
Top of the morning to you.
Now he smoked about 50 cigarettes.
Everybody, let's get ready to get stuck in legal limbo. How low can you go?
I appreciate that joke, honestly. That's not a bad one.
That's not how good
Hello?
can you go.
But
I'm just like Hermes. I'm just like Hermes.
not a delivery driver. Mo?
No.
They're called something else. That's every, isn't it? There you go.
Momo.
Top of the morning to you, governor.
Are we doing voices now?
Top of the morning to you, go.
Top of the morning to you, governor.
Top of the morning? That's the ticket. Attacking the day starts with energy in the morning. The early
Wait, did
bird
you say
gets
that
the
line? 'Cause
worm. But
Nothing came through on my sound. Did you say that line?
I did, yes.
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Jeremy,
broke the
thing that-
Discord transfusion system.
Yeah, the thing that normally happens to Felf happened to you. We didn't get any of that except the laugh.
Probably for the
I
best.
feel so validated. Oh.
It's fine.
Anyway, let's continue.
I don't, it's worrying. But then again, worms lack higher brain function.
Worms have brains.
Here, Max, I brought you a present. Have some milk.
Oh, stop this. This is weird.
Damn.
Oh my! Thanks.
Has he got a milk thing?
Yeah, he's got. Well, Regina gave him one as well.
So, how
Hi,
are you?
Malu.
How are you today, right? Evening, Malu. Welcome, welcome. Well, I've got the feeling that today I'm going to face off against the real culprit. You mean Acro?
I mean, who's left? Who's fucking left?
Huh? You think he did it?
Be careful. He's used to putting his life on the line, literally.
I mean, what's he gonna do? Kick me to death?
He's got guts to spare.
Whose?
If all I've got to worry about is how thin the tightrope is, I'm used to it already.
I feel like they're having two different conversations.
It just means that I won't be able to press him like I can other witnesses.
Pervert.
What are you gonna do then, Nick?
I guess today we'll just have to do without our usual psychological warfare.
We don't.
But I love farting in people's faces.
That's scatological warfare, Maya.
Today,
Oh.
we rely on evidence.
Not like other days.
It's the only way we'll get past Acro and to the truth.
You're right, but it's gonna be tough.
I want to cheat.
I want to cheat.
Anyways, I want to make you. That's how I was doing the voice. I want to make you. I want
No,
to
no,
make sure
hang on.
that.
No.
I want you to
we
make
go.
sure. I should have just stuck with the other voice. That Regina sees it all today. It's important. Then she'll finally have to deal with the reality of what happened to her father.
What are you, her therapist?
No,
You want us to make sure Regina watches?
I'm a clown.
He's got these matchsticks for her eyelids.
Yes. That's why I brought her here to court today.
Dressed like this.
What's that supposed to mean?
She needs to know that when people die, they don't just become stars. I may be an old-fashioned clown, but I don't believe in people becoming stars.
Put that on my tombstone. And don't explain it.
Well, I may be old-fashioned, but I don't believe in people becoming stars.
I saw a Game Grumps joke the other day, and it just had Aaron Hansen's tombstone. It says, Aaron Hansen, R.I.P. He closed his U's, and it was spelled E-W-E-S, because of that time he misspelled eyes. I'm dying.
December 30, 10 a.m. District Court Courtroom number 2.
Why is it always at holidays that happen? Why is it?
Court is now in session for the trial of Maximilian Galakitica.
Adding things in now. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
Yeah.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well. Ms. Von Karma, you may proceed with your case.
The prosecution would like to revise its previous theory of events.
Of course you do. What is the meaning of this?
It's called cockjockery, Your Honor. We have discovered a new witness, or shall I say a new eyewitness? Or you witness, if Aaron Hansen was saying it. I'll stop thinking about that now!
Oh, no, that's it now. That's the theme
You brought this upon yourself, Felf, just saying.
Oh, is my voice cutting out?
No, you're fine.
No, you're
Okay.
fine. Yeah.
One that saw Maximilian Galactica fly off from the scene of crime.
Order! Order!
Someone's Timu order is here.
I had a feeling something like this would come up.
No, you didn't.
And up and up. Due to this revision, we are now prepared to explain how the defendant flew that night. An explanation the prosecution will present if the need so arises. In fact, my detective stayed up all night creating a mock-up of the scene on my orders.
Oh, poor detective.
Detective's having a horrible time. We know he can fly.
Poor gumshoe.
That's why he has gum on his shoes, to stop himself floating away.
Yeah.
Very well. Please call your witness to the stand. Time to get to work, or shall I say, time to walk the courtroom tightrope.
It's a bit insensitive. He can't walk, but anyway.
He waddles.
Have they got like a box for him to sit on or something? Because he'd be way too low.
No, I think they just wheeled him into the thing.
I know, but I'm just thinking it's like, wait, because you're sitting down, it'd be like, hello.
Yeah,
Name-
they didn't really adjust that, but never mind.
I want to wait till see the back shot to see what it looks like. He's just
Yeah.
a giant man. Name und Occupation? Oh god, that's me. Fuck, I forgot. Can I just point out, this is one of the only people who's ever answered that question for any prosecutor in this game.
Yeah, it's fair
Normally
point.
there's some kind of jiggery pokery.
Yeah.
Okay. Ken Dingling, but everyone calls me Acro.
Hover chair, says Mello.
Hover chair, yeah. I'm employed as an acrobat at the Very Big Circus. Where were you the night of the crime?
Have fun talking to yourself for a minute or two now.
I guess I will, yeah. I was in my room that night.
Flashback.
Cranking it! Sorry, I don't know what you're joking.
You brought this upon yourself.
Hang on, wait a second, hang on. No, I started it. If you look at the map, you will see the witness's room is near the crime scene. So he had to crank it quietly. Schlecht. My room is on the 3rd floor. Crime scenes below my window. It's okay though, I like people watching. The night of the crime, the witness saw something quite shocking. Schrecklich. Would you tell us what you witnessed? Please put more W's in there. Okay. Yeah, Charlie's saying, I think from the back it was just the chair. Like, I seem to recall that as well. They must just maybe they brought in a lower desk for him or something. Okay.
Yeah.
It's just after 10 p.m. and I was resting in my bed. Around that time, I heard a large, well, it was a little earlier, but yeah, like that, a large thump noise from outside the window. He added the monster truck wheels onto this as well. That was a great idea. Then a few moments later, I saw someone flying right by my window. It was the Babadook!
No, not the Babadook.
It's the Hat Man! I'd had too much Benadryl. After 450 milligrams, the Hat Man does not respect your pronouns. It was Max Galactica. I only saw him from behind. That's who it looked like.
So we've already proven it might not have been him. Okay.
Well, we've proven something, but not enough that it's not him. We don't know who it is. To be honest, when I saw that, I thought it was Ming. Wake up.
This witness's testimony matches up exactly with that of the clown.
Damn me with faint praise. If that's the case, there's very little need add.
Claire, we're gonna do a refresh for you because you're cutting out.
Okay.
All right, hang on. Let me hang on. Let me hide you. Hang on a second. And Melamati, you might also be muted a tad as well. They can't hear you, Claire.
Oh.
Wait.
Okay, I haven't reset. Bye bye.
Okay, I've now got to wait for them to do their thing and then reappear, and then things will restore to order, as it were, because this is how it goes. This is... Hang on a second. Hang on. There we go! Speaketh, Frau Claire.
Hello. Frau
Felf.
Frau Felf. Thank you. I click buttons like a motherfucker.
Apologies. Do you want to read this line again?
If that's the case, there's very little the prosecution need add. All that's left is to explain how the defendant disappeared into the skies that night.
A wizard did it.
Technically.
Before we get that far, I'd like to cross-examine the witness.
I love how, like, they never try and let you do that. Like somehow that's, like, they'll let you do it on a sufferance.
It's a court-given right.
A foolish choice by a foolish fool who wishes to feel the foolish sadness of a sad fool.
Well done.
You're a fool.
Oh,
You're
thanks.
a gooseberry fool. A man must know the proper timing for things, Herr Phoenix Wright. Just like your old friend, Herr Miles Edgeworth did. It was mentioned!
They said the name again. Two
I'm
chapters
sure
in a
Phoenix is
row.
going to be very normal about this. Yep.
Mr. Wright.
In fairness, that's the first time we've actually seen his face in reaction to someone saying it, because before it's always been on investigation time, so you don't see him.
True.
But you just see Maya going, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Mr. Wright, do you have a problem with the witness's testimony? In the words of Ms. Von Karma, may I quote yesterday's proceedings?
I trust you will do it without an accent.
There's no way that actually happened.
I am... Gotten him.
Excellent, my plan is working. Very well. You may proceed with your cross-examination.
Okay, so, do you remember what we got Mo on last time as his contradiction?
There was a lot happening last week.
The main contradiction that we got was the fact that he said he saw whoever it was fly away wearing the hat. Do you remember?
Yes.
And we have the hat in our possession.
Yes, correct.
Which proves that it can't have been with... In the logic of this game, it proves that it can't have been on the murderer, if that makes sense. Now, if that's the case, then the same contradiction exists in his story, because I think he said, didn't he? He said I only saw him from behind, but that's what he looked like. I mean, without the hat, how would you know it was him? So I think he's implying that the hat was on the person he saw. Does that make sense?
I think so,
So
yes.
whichever statement he says that's it was Max Galactica, like I only saw him from behind, we should probably press him on that to say why he thought it was Max.
Okay.
Yeah? Okay.
So it was just after 10 and I was resting in my bed. Pass?
Uh-huh.
Around that time I heard a large thump noise from outside the window. Pass?
Mm-hmm.
Then a few moments later I saw someone flying right by my window. Press or pass?
We'll pass on that one.
It was Max Galactica. I only saw him from behind, but that's who it looked like. Press! The light in your room... sorry, try again. The light in your room was turned off then, right?
That's a weird... That's true. I was going to bed after all.
So, with the lights off, you were still able to clearly see a human fly by your window, correct?
It makes an impression. Sorry, I'm just trying to catch up what Charlie's saying in the chat. I can fully believe that Phoenix... Do you know what? Terrible accents, but he never lets it slow him down, and he just keeps doing them. He's like, how am I going to get better? And everyone else is just like, please stop. Charlie says the logic is that Max has had the hat in his possession the whole time and you got it off him. But yeah, it's ropey. The weird thing is, like, there are some things that this game is like, that is absolutely ironclad. And there are things that you're like, that's the most tenuous thing in the world. And they're like, no, it's ironclad. And you're like, okay.
I said
like,
ironclad.
What was the thing that I got?
This game doesn't make any sense half the time.
It does sometimes, but like, there was something in the previous, one of the previous, it was the one with Eenie Meenie, Jeremy, where it was like, oh, there's no, it was like we could smell residue from the gun on the clothing, and I was like, there's only going to be residue on the clothing if it was a contact shot, and we know it wasn't, so I was a bit like, I'm pissed. I was pissed for like a good day or so about that. Okay, here we go. I had to remember, my brain just did a...
Sorry,
Jeremy,
that was
come
me.
on, man!
Sorry.
What else is it gonna be?
The safety lights lit things up enough for you to be able to see, is what I said.
Safety lights lit things up for enough for me to be able to see, but honestly, there's only enough light for me to see the silhouette outside my window. Silhouette always seems like one of those words that should be spelt different in American English, but isn't.
Like a lot of things in American English.
Well, it's like omelette, you know? They spell it differently.
Du fromage.
Omelette fromage.
Jinx.
It was the person's back, so I couldn't see the white roses on the front. Oh, well, Mo said he didn't see them at all, if you recall.
Did you see any of the other symbols?
If Trillo just bursts in through the door going, white hat, silk hat, oh, fuck off!
The birds flew away.
Oh, he's mad. I clearly saw the silk hat as well as the cloak wrapped around his body. Charlie says sometimes Ace Attorney is way more about taking notice of how ironclad the game is, insisting something is, than using actual logic. Agreed. I'm convinced that the person I saw was Max Galactica.
The more I press him, the less results I seem to get. But maybe...
Did anyone else hear that?
The more I press him, the less results I seem to get.
I didn't get that at all. Did you guys hear that?
No.
Can you hear anything from it?
Can you say that? You can't leave, Jeremy. Everything will break if you leave. No, it's fine. Yeah, we only got the second half. I feel like you're gonna come through on the stream fine. It's just me, Mel,
the
and
stream
Matty.
hears them, so that's
yeah,
the thing.
because you're connected straight into the stream. But yeah, sorry, we didn't hear the second half of that. Go on.
But maybe there was...
So here we go. There was something fishy.
But maybe there was...
we know... Sorry, go on, Jeremy.
It's alright. But maybe there was something fishy with with the latest bit of his testimony. There's nothing wrong, or there is a contradiction. I'll give you honest, I don't remember the testimony at this point now because we stopped so many times.
The testimony was like, he was saying he saw Max, he was sure it was Max, even though he didn't see his face because he saw him from behind, it was only the silhouette, he didn't see the white roses, but that's okay because they were probably on the front and he only saw the back. But the point is that he was wearing the hat, right?
But he only saw the hat from behind, as a silhouette.
No, as in like the hat he cut. By the game's logic, the hat didn't, we've got the hat. The hat never left Max's ownership, you know, so we have the hat, so we know that hat can't have been on a murderer because unless there are two hats. So there's a contradiction and we need to present the hat to prove it.
Okay. there is a huge contradiction with the testimony that was just given.
If there's contradictions, then prove it with evidence.
Okay, Frau Karma. She is right. Let us see some evidence. Do you have any evidence to support your claim of a contradiction? I've totally forgot what.
Contradictive hat.
Thank you.
The hat.
It was the hat. I looked at the hat and thought, it's not the hat, is it? But clearly it was. So.
It's always the hat.
Silk Hat, present. You claim to have seen the exact same thing that Mo saw that night. Do you stand by that?
I also fly away by that. What do you mean?
I mean what I mean. The Silk Hat. Flap of paper.
Yeah.
What about the silk hat? I saw it on Max's head as he flew by my window.
Did you, though? Did you?
Yeah.
Well, you should have tried looking down out of your window that night.
That would have been quite difficult considering the state that I'm in.
Awkward.
Just looking outside of the window was a tough enough challenge for me.
That's a shame, because you would have noticed the silk hat found on the scene.
That's it. It was found at the scene. That's why it couldn't have been on the murderer's head. Sorry, I couldn't remember that bit.
To be fair, lots of things have happened in this story.
That's the ringmaster's hat, right?
Afraid not. No matter how you look at it, this is Max's silk hat.
He shakes it and cards just fly out. You're like, see? then a carton of milk falls out. You're like, how much stuff is in here?
It's like a TARDIS.
Yeah, I think you put your arm all the way up to the shoulder and you're like, pull out 3 more murder victims. Oh, fuck.
Those are the next cases.
A hat trick.
Say happy St. Totteringham's Day, everybody. Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Are you saying that Max has 2 silk hats?
Another Russian sleeper agent activation phrase were uttered by this game.
Here comes the next Winter Soldier. 2 silk hats.
The Winter Attorney. Look, he just busts out of the snow. He's like, look, just before Christmas means it wasn't Christmas, and just snaps someone's neck.
No, this is a handmade, one-of-a-kind model only for Maximilian Galactica. Which means, Acro, that you've been fibbing on the stand.
You've been telling naughty talkies on the stand. I'm like, actually, I find the term stand offensive. Can I call it the switch? Charlie says, look, there's a... Oh, there you go. You must just have a lower thing for the stand.
Yeah.
Charlie says, no, there can only be 1 hat in the game. And that is the rule.
Order! Order! What?
As always, it looks like someone just had to open their mouth before thinking.
Oh. Please, Von Karma, make this simple.
Are you okay, Nick?
There we go.
I don't know anymore. I don't know.
No, I said I was just poking Mel because I thought that it's been a while since Maya said anything.
Well, I opened my big mouth and now I have to back it up.
Back up that big mouth, Phoenix. Back it right up.
How about it, Mr. Wright?
Okay.
What would cause this witness to commit perjury in this court today? He has a grudge against Max. Acro was dreaming. Acro is the real culprit.
I mean, these are all potentials, aren't they?
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't infer that maybe there was prescription drugs involved here, into how someone was thinking, but...
Well, he did see the Hat Man. And it didn't respect his pronouns. It went past his window and went, who's a good little girl? Goodbye, lady friend. And you're like, well, see you later when I take some more Benadryl.
I'm inclined, my immediate thought is dreaming, just because that seems logical, but in the context of this...
But if you, the thing is though, he seems very, very sure.
This is the thing, in the context of this, that isn't right. So then I'm leaning towards, at the very least, a grudge, because there's clearly something going on here. But based on how he reacted, I'm gonna...
I don't see a health bar, so... I don't know if it, like, if you get a penalty for getting this wrong, because I mean, this is what I would say is quite a difficult it's quite a difficult choice, you know, because I would feel like with all the other ones we've had, it's like it's not so much that the answer's obvious, it's that the other two are really stupid, you know. So you're like, well, it's got to be the third one.
Yeah, the bar's not showing up, so this won't affect you. It will just
Jeremy, I would say pick whichever one you feel is correct. And if we get hit for it, we're good for health.
I mean, at this point, I don't know which is correct. So, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch us something by a toe. I don't know.
Did you say my voice? I heard someone say my voice. It's me, eeny, miny.
I would say at this point, calling Acro the real culprit is a little too leading.
I'd agree.
If he's got a grudge against Max.
Yeah, this is the things I've been caught out by this game before by using brain logic. But Jeremy, go on. You pick whichever one you want.
Grudgy. Perhaps it is because Acro has a grudge against the defendant. Which is why he is trying to frame Max. Ow! Why me? What did I do?
Never get your fat head in the way of a whip bent on finding justice. No, justice is in the next game.
I'll have you know, my fat head has been on a diet recently.
I know, this is justice. Oh wait, Apollo Justice, yeah.
Yeah, I meant Apollo Justice. It goes all the way into the future and just like, I don't know how old Apollo would have been at this point. He's like in school and just a whip comes in through the window and smacks him in the face. Ah, fuck!
Pulls them through a wormhole.
Goes all the way to Karain and through the window. Ah! And he's suddenly like, why do I suddenly feel like I want to be a lawyer?
What's this textbook? Lawyer for Dummies.
Yeah, it's attached to the whip. Francesca's like, enjoy. Herr Phoenix Wright, I have no interest in your silly little theories. He has a grudge against the defendant, huh? You wouldn't happen to have proof of that? She went Russian there for a second.
I mean, well, that's the thing.
Right. I don't think that was right.
Mr. Wright, thanks to you, I got head lashed by Ms. Von Karma's whip.
Weirdo, you like it.
I don't like getting hit for nothing. So how about you answer with an explanation?
Okay.
Are you okay, Nick?
No!
I mean,
really?
Thanks to the judge for taking that lash that was meant for me.
I feel like we're going in a time loop here. Well, I opened my big mouth and now I have to back it up. How about it, Mr. Wright? What would cause the witness to commit perjury in this court today? So it's one of the bottom two.
Charlie says Apollo would be about 16, so it would be about the point in time he would be making job decisions. So it's clearly not the grudge one.
Dream or culprit?
Well, we have 3 people on the call.
I know what to say, but I don't
I know the answer too, but I'm like,
You don't want to be like just.
No, that's the thing, right? The thing is, right? Imagine you didn't know the answer, Mel. What would you suggest?
Honestly, I would just say real culprit anyway, because like
we know how these games work.
You just want to get it done. We just want to get this done sooner rather than later. Just like, you know.
I have to admit that I probably would have done the same. So I think, unless Matty has a violent disagreement.
No.
Let's go with culprit then.
Culprit.
I mean, it probably just gonna. If we got it wrong again, the judge would just get whipped again.
Yeah.
Do that all day.
Your Honor. On this occasion, the defense accuses Acro himself.
Yeah, he did a kung fu kick. On this occasion?
Accuses Acro? What in the world are you accusing him of?
Do you know where you are? You're in the jungle, boy!
He's claiming disabled benefits unlawfully.
He's like, I'm very angry at his successful ESA claim when mine was denied.
Obviously, we accuse him of the murder of Mr. Russell Berry, aka Gerald Berrold, aka
I was about to say.
Gerald Russell Berrold Berry Berrold.
Berroldington III.
Mr. Wright, are you serious? Deadly serious, Your Honor.
Want to explain? I think your trips to the circus have served you well. You seem to have learned how to try and grab an audience's hearts and minds. Yeah, Charlie says, I feel that this was a really big jump in the game. I think it's because we know we're near the end and there's not really anybody else left.
Yeah.
Your Honor, don't allow yourself to be swayed by theatrics. Trying to wow the crowd with smoke and mirrors is the oldest bluff in the book.
Says the person who just whipped the judge on his forehead.
I make no bones about that.
Really?
If you don't believe me... Thus, if you don't believe me, just look at the witness. Look at him. Look at his birds. They're so cute. He's calm enough for it to be almost scary.
How can a man with birds on him be evil?
Nobody who's being defended by a German prosecutor could be evil.
Birdie.
No!
Also, that wouldn't. Surely, like, hummingbirds drink sweet stuff. They'd be like, salty, salty.
Yeah, they're just like.
A horse just comes in and licks his face like a salt lick. You're like, oh man!
Ah, the taste of justice.
Delicious justice.
Justice
Bright
for
green
all.
Bird. The bright green bird has murder in his eyes.
Phoenix sweats honey.
See, I misread that and I thought Charlie was telling me, like, Phoenix sweats honey. And I'm like, alright, sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. Listen, honey, I didn't sweat it.
He is staying rather calm and collected. Mr. Dingling, do you have any response to the defense's accusation?
My
His name was Dingling.
My Dingling.
My Dingling.
I want a fire. Sorry.
I don't really need to say a thing, do I?
Actually, he just choked, that's why. What do you mean?
Everyone, take a good look at me.
You're buff, mate.
What do you see?
A cult of personality.
I was about to say a ringmaster mentality. Sorry. Can I just tell you, I've never heard that song. I only know it from you saying it. I wouldn't even recognize if it was playing. I just know you guys making jokes about it. That's all I know it from.
What song, sorry?
Oh, it's Jeremy. Take it.
It is.
Okay. Jeremy, Matty, take it.
It's the song cult of the song cult of personality that is used as CM Punk's theme song.
See, I didn't even have the right person. I thought it was Cody Rhodes, and I got confused. Anyway, that's why I got used to say
the band is Living Colour. That's what it was. I was trying to remember before I typed it into Google, and I did. So there we go.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Anyway, I can't even stand up by myself, let alone leave the lodging house. Isn't he on the 3rd floor?
Yep.
How'd he get up there?
They talked about it that I think it was Clown Senpai that helped him, or was it Trillo? It was one or the other.
Trillo on his own. That would be quite a funny thing to see.
And yes, I did accidentally call him Clown Senpai. That's true.
JL Saw You says, and after you take a look around, because it's Limp Bizkit fucking up your town, which I feel is quite rude of them, honestly. What, taking advantage of the fact that I'm distracted to fuck up my town? Rude.
Evening, JL as well. Welcome, welcome.
Hello, hello. I understand that Mr. Wright is just trying to help his client. His annoying client. But to do this by accusing me of a murder of all things?
Whoa, buddy. I ain't accusing you of murder. I'm accusing you of not seeing a hat you thought you saw.
No, I'm pretty sure we're accusing him of murder.
Oh, crud.
Now we're accusing him of murder.
Jeremy, you're the lawyer. Come on, keep up. One too many whips to the brain.
I'm a lawyer.
I'm learning.
That cancelled like Acme versus the Law film, whatever it was. Like, this is what I imagined.
We needed that.
This is what I imagined the courtroom scene would be like, literally.
Oh, yeah.
Ah!
See, even a sliver of common sense makes it clear the accusation is ludicrous.
She's right.
He's right. You heard the straw man. It's a pokey hand.
Francesca! Sorry. I just wanted to say it. Phoenix.
This is really cool. What's that?
But it's true.
All of the voices have got German accents, and you're like, did you pre-record these? 9?
No, I would never do such a thing. Oh, no.
No one who's German can be an evil man.
Look, it's the murder. Okay.
D-murder. D.
Do you know what's really weird? This is a complete aside, but the German word for murder is Mord, which is M-O-R-D, right?
Right?
With an O now. You think that's quite close, but the thing is, murd is murder, right? So murder is a murderer. That really fucks with my head, because you think murder would be murder, but it's actually, because murder is murd, it's like murder, and then if you're a female murderer, it's murderin.
Ah.
Is that Herr Phoenix right?
I'm teaching you German.
Oh, good so. You're trying to drum up support from the peanut gallery. That's how you do it. Peanuts in German is Erdnüsse.
I think you'll find no peanuts allowed. Someone's got an airborne allergy in here. That's not allowed. Thank you. Von Karma. Thank you.
Yeah, actually, I can't walk now. Thank you. My legs have stopped working. I think that's enough of this little game.
You can't end this chapter now. We've got to win.
We won't be winning this chapter. We've got at least one more. I got a note from my mummy. I have a doctor's note to confirm that Acro is unable to stand under his own power. Can you imagine if a doctor had to write a note like that? Sorry, he's like disabled.
This
like,
guy
okay.
is fucking disabled, and then the DWP is like, sorry, he's still fit to work.
Sorry, I can't read this doctor's handwriting. He's probably not a real doctor. You're like, have you ever met a doctor? Anyway. Vielleicht the defense is planning on making a claim to counter this as well. Oh, I can hear the defense now. Oh, Acro had an accomplice.
It was you.
Yeah, I did it. I did all these murders.
What do you say about this, Mr. Wright? Did Acro have an accomplice?
Now, this one we are going to take damage if we get it wrong. Not much, but do you think he did?
So.
Doctor's note. Yeah, they get the ringmaster's doctor's note, and it's like, fit to work. Like, he's dead! Yeah, fit to work.
Otherwise, he can skive off PE today.
Signed, Dr. Suella Braverman.
So, there's a weird... I'm going back to what Clown-san said in the first scene of this.
You're putting too much respect on his name, but go on.
Just Clown. What Clown said at the beginning of this chapter, in that he brought Regina to the courts because she needs to know that people who die don't become stars. Part of me wonders now if the Clown was in on it. It's kind of like a subtle way of like wanting to get back at the family for something. I don't know why.
No, but the Clown likes the family. I know it's why it ages back, but he actually was really grateful to Gerald Merrill for like all the like taking him in and like because Mo mentioned something about all of his family and stuff, and we were like, "You have a family?" Remember? We were like,
but didn't he?
Clown turns up.
But didn't he mention?
No.
Reginald today.
Didn't he mention last week though that maybe he would take over the ringmaster thing?
Yeah, I just don't think he wanted it that badly.
Oh, no,
That's the thing is,
but...
we fall into the trap of trying to use actual human emotions to understand the characters in this game, which doesn't always work, because they are all weird creatures. So, I think looking at this from a very basic point of view, let's go through who could have been the accomplice. We don't think it's Mo, so let's just assume it's not Mo for now. Oh yeah, good idea. Bring up the thingies.
So.
Yeah, it's Maya. Obviously, it's Maya did
Maya,
that. Well, Ben doesn't like him
Hmm.
at all.
As in Max.
Yeah, the problem is, of course, that Max is not very popular with the circus as a whole, but it's like,
Yeah.
if I may interject some kind of vaguely real-world thing from here. Has anyone ever seen the movie Miramar?
Nope.
No, I haven't.
It's a shame. It's a good movie. But it's about a circus, and it is so kind of like skin of your teeth. Everybody has to do like they have to rub along, or the circus will fall apart literally at any given point. So anything that would upturn something like this, you better be getting something pretty fucking great out of it. And being the manager of an upturned ship is probably not enough of a thingy. Regina, I honestly think is too stupid. She just honestly would not know how to do it.
Unless she got tricked into doing something.
True, but then I feel if this was Danganronpa, that would be what it was. But God, Danganronpa just makes my brain hurt. I swear.
Yeah.
Trigger Happy Havoc.
That's the first game, yeah. What do you think, Jeremy? You're the one with the controller.
Ken Dingling. I can see on both sides, but part of me now is just kind of drawn to the fact that maybe there was an accomplice. But like you said, who else is there? We haven't been introduced to anyone else. And of
I don't. I think we've met everybody now. There isn't going to be.
And of the, unless it's the lion,
who is dead, by the way.
Yeah, the lion's
yes, got taken out back. Yeah.
Shot like old Yeller.
There you go. I couldn't remember what it was called. Thank you.
Look, it doesn't matter. I'd say try one, because even if you get hurt, it's not a huge amount, and then we can just do the other one. How about that?
Yeah.
Alright, sure. It's impossible for Acro to be the murderer in this. It's impossible for Acro to be the murderer in this case. If that's the case, then it's natural for one to consider possible accomplices. You don't say.
I do say.
Not good, not good. This isn't going to end well.
Don't tell me you think you're going to get off easy.
No, that'd be inappropriate in a courtroom.
And I haven't signed any kind of contract with you.
What?
You must not have heard that sound just now. Maybe it wasn't clear enough. The sound of you falling into your own trap can be hard to notice sometimes.
Mr. Wright, it seems as if you won't be able... Try again.
Nope.
It seems as if you won't be stopping at Acro, but will be making other accusations.
Accusations.
If Acro did not have an accomplice, things are not looking good for you, Milado.
What does that sentence mean? What does that sentence mean?
I understand, Your Honor. Gulp. Very well, let's continue. Who, perchance, would happen to be Acro's accomplice?
Which is a fair question to ask as a follow-up. Do we have any way to answer it?
It was the monkey.
I don't think you... Try it. Do it.
It's the clown or the monkey. It's the only thing I can think of.
Do it! Do the monkey.
The monkey likes shiny objects. It
probably won't let you do the monkey, but do it anyway.
It saw Gerald Berald. It decided I want that jacket and the box. What's in the box kind of mentality.
I want a man with a tall hat and a long jacket. Charlie say monkey, monkey, monkey. Well, let us do it. Do it. Do it.
It says present.
Do it.
Oh God, here we go. You don't say.
You could say you got your monkey off your back.
Uh-oh, this is suddenly looking very, very bad.
Don't tell me you think you're going to get off easy. We're going to say the same thing again.
What?
Oh, we've done this bit already. Oh, did you hear that?
Hear what?
The sound of you getting caught in your own trap.
Mm-hmm.
What a splendid accomplice. I'm sure this accusation is built on a solid foundation.
Foundation?
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Wright. Do you have any proof this person you've accused was indeed an accomplice? Shit!
Hell, what's funniest at this point?
Monkeys can jump. The monkey was wearing the jacket, jumped in the air, really high, went up to the third floor.
I'm laughing, but honestly, these are similar thoughts that I had when we played. So, I mean, what proof can we offer? JL says, just do the monkey again.
Yeah.
Do it, double monkey.
The monkey.
We just slowly lose all of our health over one monkey at a time.
Mr. Right.
I'm going to smack your bottom, Mr. Right.
Oh, behave.
Oh, can I watch?
Get out of here, Max Galactic.
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh.
Just there's a sad little fluttery noise of cards in the corner.
This piece of evidence is lacking in persuasive power.
You listen to a parrot.
You didn't miss that sound, did you, Herr Phoenix Wright? You know, the sound of you receiving a penalty!
Womp womp.
Wow, a rare penalty.
Oh, literally, I got it right.
What are you doing, Nick?
Failing miserably.
Ezra is so like, I need to see this. The tea is scalding. Okay, so Jeremy, I'm just gonna say my advice would be to whatever you picked last time, pick the other one.
But which case, I could accuse the clown.
Yeah, let's just slowly lose all of our health in a death of 1,000 cuts.
This is like the second time in our entire playthrough of these two games we've lost health, I think.
I think it's because I'm not being as strict on the answers.
Fair.
Yeah.
It's funnier though.
Yes, this must be when we get to hear the name of the mystery accomplice.
You didn't pick the same one again.
No. Not this time, Von Karma.
I thought you actually had.
Same.
Thus, I was like, Jeremy, you ultimate troll.
You're not going to sucker me into this one this time.
Später, Herr.
What are you blabbering about, Mr. Right?
Bonk.
There was no accomplice. Acro planned and committed this murder all by himself.
But why?
Order! Order! Ahem. What are you getting at?
Way to keep them on their toes, Nick.
Now I'm gonna have to prove it all fits together.
Yeah, I would love that, please.
Just like.
I
I have to show how Acro murdered Gerald Russell Berry Berry.
I'm going to use you as a stand-in, Maya. Stand in front of me just real quick.
Can you do it, Nick? Can you really do that?
I know what I can't do. I can't stop now. If I stop attacking, I'm doomed.
Damn.
Acro
Sorry,
didn't-
apparently Russell died from seeing the sick wheelie that Acro did in his wheelchair, and he died of rad poisoning. Which you can do in Fallout, I think.
Rad
Anyway.
poisoning.
It is rad poisoning.
All right, then let's do it.
Herr Phoenix Wright. If this witness is the killer, then his eyewitness account is all lies, right? Er lügt.
Mr. Wright, I would like you to clear something up for me.
Does your bucket need changing?
When the crime was committed, exactly where was Mr. Ding Ling?
Okay, so do you remember where the crime scene is?
It's out here, isn't it?
That's right, yeah. So where do you think Acro was?
He said he was on the 3rd floor.
He says that, but obviously if he's the murderer, we can't really trust what he says. Where do we think he was? It might be the same place, but where do you think he was? Well, if he was in his room, he wouldn't have been able to leave it very easily without someone's help, right?
It's the clown.
Well, no, we know he didn't have an accomplice. That's been proven.
Fair.
So if he was on his own, he must have been in his room.
Where was Mo at the time of the murder again? I'm trying to remember.
In his room.
Yeah.
He was in his room, yeah.
So he must have
'Cause
just been in his room then.
Yeah, I think he did. I think he was, yeah.
Present. He was obviously here, 3rd floor, the entire time. That's Acro's room?
What a scandal.
Pretty simple, eh? Acro wasn't able to leave the lodging house by himself. In that case, there can be only one correct answer. Acro didn't leave his room to kill the ringmaster.
He just fell downstairs.
Sorry, for some reason what James just said in the chat made me remember the phrase sandy beach, and now I can't forget it.
Oh my god. Sandy beach.
Let it out. Let it out.
What? Spinnst du? Are you nuts?
What say you, Mr. Dingling?
That's a lot of nuts! I mean, he hasn't said anything in ages. It's an interesting theory. The face is just going cold.
Literally, just walking
gently
so
brushes his thing like.
That's it?
Let me know if you see a Radio Shack. Considering what you proposed is impossible, yes, that's it. The attack hummer. Oh no, why would you use the phrase attack hummer?
Mr. Wright.
Finger points.
Yes, Your Honor. As the witness has stated, your assertion is impossible, unless his doctor's note is an absolute loads of codwaddle, but we don't know that.
Do you think the ringmaster asked a bunch of people to like beat on him with sticks until he threw them off his body, but he actually didn't do that, and then they all got scared and ran away when he died? And they're like, "Do you think that was the signal being dead?" And he was like, "I don't know." And then they ran away.
At this point, it can be freaking anything, Claire. Like.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. Oh, I gotta go home.
As he is in a wheelchair, there is no way he could go to the scene or be the killer.
One of those is true.
Your Honor.
Yeah, excuse me. Yeah. It's like, plus if he killed him, he'd managed to make himself yeah, being able to kill someone actually disqualifies you from getting disability benefits. So. Secret face on his tongue. The 4 signs: silk hat, white roses, big cloak, face tongue.
Okay, unless okay, here's Jeremy's crazy theory now. What if Acro somehow had a pulley system from his window where he sort of, for want of better phrasing, left the window of his room, crushed Gerald Beryl on top of the box, mullered him a bit, then winched himself back up because he's tonking everything, he's well built, then was back in the room, therefore, technically people wouldn't have seen him leave the room, but he left the room, therefore committing the crime.
See, now all I'm thinking of is those guards from Monty Python and the Holy Grail going, "Now, you're not supposed to leave the room unless I come and get him." No, so the thing is, right, I think we've talked about the fact that, like, there must be some kind of pulley system to get him in and out of his room, haven't we?
So just seeing what Bailey said in the chat, sorry. The mental image of Jeremy smacking his hand.
Bang! Like, yeah, only every single one of the images is just Maximilian Galactica. And you're like, this isn't the right board! Fuck!
Bring me the right board!
Yeah. I think
I have
you're
said
onto something. I think you're onto something.
The right track. I'll say.
I think you are. I think you are. Like, because like there's got to be something to do, because that would also. Let's move on, because I don't think he's asked us anything at the moment.
Yeah.
It seems you've forgotten once again, Herr Phoenix Wright. Every image is Mo, or a different one of Mo's mouths, and you're like, I hate it so much. The defendant was clearly spotted at the scene of the crime. Was he though? Was he really?
Already proved that it.
Yeah, actually, maybe Acro's got like 50,000 birds, and they all just like came in like a fucking Hitchcock movie. No, I was more thinking Hitchcock, but yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
bright light.
True.
Even though we didn't. Oh wait. Oh yeah, that one. Most said that he saw Max, didn't he? He
saw the visage of Max.
No, the visage means his face, so he did not see his face. Noises added after the fact. Reenactment may not have happened.
But Maya, it's still impossible for humans to fly.
you see Gumshoe? He flew to work this morning. Do you mind if I ask a question, Mr. Wright?
Depends on the question.
You have no rights.
Yeah, the Hat Man murdered Gerald Berold.
What is it?
I understand some of your logic. However, how do you think that I killed him? If I can't leave my room, I obviously couldn't wear Max's costume.
The fact you're saying that with a smile annoys me.
Is he smiling? I don't think he's got any kind of... He just looks like he's like, oh...
There's a slight... There's a zen.
He does have a kind of zen smugness about him.
He's a little smug boy. He's a weird character, this guy.
How did he do it? That's the next course of this legal buffet.
My delicacy.
He dressed up the murder bird. Yeah, it's like that bit in Sleeping Beauty where like they steal the prince's clothes and dance around. It's just all birds under there.
Oh yes, you mean. Be careful, Nick. If you mess up here.
She's right. I can't mess up here. I've got to give this one some serious thought.
My face is itchy.
I'm sure that Acro killed the Ringmaster.
Want to share with the class, Phoenix?
No.
And he did it while he was in his room. No doubt about it.
He's a mind freak!
Time to enlighten us how Mr. Dingling committed the crime, Mr. Wright. Present evidence or can't present evidence now?
Can you think of any evidence you can present?
I'm going to tell you that there is some evidence.
There is some evidence, yes.
Yes. What I try to do, Mel, is I don't say things definitely when I'm saying them, even if I know they're right. Yeah, like
guide you gently into the right position. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, there is evidence. Go through everything. What is something that might have looked like Max but wasn't Max, and wasn't the hat, because we know it's not the hat.
It was the hat.
The monkey.
You might have to look.
The monkey's his uncle?
Things.
You have to look into things. Go through everything.
The seasoning bottle.
I don't think it's inside anything.
No,
Oh, that's right. It's in a photo, I think. Yeah, you're right. No, I think we do have it. I don't think it's in the photo. No,
we don't have it. We don't have it.
Why don't we have it?
Because I can't say because it was spoiled.
No, because the guide says we have to present it.
Yeah, but no, we...
There it is. That's it.
Yeah. We don't physically have it.
We had a photograph of it specifically.
Yeah, we had a photograph.
That's what I'm getting confused with. Yeah.
Okay, so we need to present the bust, do we?
Well, it's the only thing I can think of that looks like Max.
And it's heavy.
Oh,
yes.
Right. So he saw the bust of Max. Right. Okay. I'm going to present.
I thought we had the bust. Sorry, Mel. I got confused.
No, it's okay.
So, what did Mr. Dingling use to commit the murder of Russell Gerald Berold Russell Berold Gerald?
Sorry.
Present. What's that?
I cut him with this picture. Ah, yeah.
Oh dear. I mean, photos are, it's sturdier paper,
It does take your soul as well. Maybe that's why he died.
It is indeed a photo. The problem is with the item that's shown in the picture. The bust?
It is a magnificent bust.
It's quite a large bust. And because it is life-sized, it is also very, very heavy.
Doesn't really follow, but schwierig.
Heavy.
Heavy metal.
Heavy enough to guarantee a certain death.
Sure game.
Especially if it was dropped from a third-story window.
Hell, a flower point can do that. Ah! Oh, birds are off.
Uh-oh. He's
going. Like birds, go kill me.
He's about to go Super Saiyan level 1.
I don't think he ever does.
No, he's
one of the calmest people we see on the stand.
Yeah, he's one of the most chillest people.
Yeah.
He knows what BS a lot of this game will be.
Ball sacks.
See? I wasn't ready for that. See? This is how Acro was able to kill the Ringmaster.
Acro's like, you're hurting my feelings.
With the force of gravity, with the force of gravity, a Maximilian Galactica's ample bust.
Can I just say, send a fucking ham to the localization team, because the use of the word ample there was gratuitous and perfect.
I mean, I don't need to brag.
Yeah, people keep applauding Max in the stands. He's like, oh, thank you.
With the power of science, says the chat.
I'm actually 5 hams in a trench coat.
Order! Order! Ahem. So, you're saying the bust fell onto the ringmaster?
Glory, glory, what a hell of a way to die!
a rather simple crime. Even if you were stuck in a wheelchair, it would be incredibly easy to commit.
What are you saying? How could you possibly wheel a wheelchair with something so heavy? It's impossible.
Francisca, he's built like a brick shithouse. Look at him.
The point is, I think the point she's making is that he wouldn't be able to wheel his wheelchair and carry it at the same time. You need your arms. So yeah, that's the point she's making, I think. Oh, counter objection.
Well, Acro is an acrobat.
Ah, so he was tumbling it with his feet. No way, that wouldn't work.
You should have more than enough upper body strength to carry something like the bust.
Oh, okay, take my logic and fucking shove it up your ass, I guess.
Charlie's comment. Francisco, this man is ripped.
I don't think you understand how hench.
Mr. Dingling, how do you respond to these charges?
I respond because I am hench as charged. Well,
I've not heard the word hench in a long time, sorry.
Acro's at a loss for words.
Words were constantly evading him.
He should be. He knows I'm getting close to the truth.
Release the murder birds!
Well, Acro. You can't...
I'd watch what they say if I were you, Herr Phoenix Wright.
What?
Your Honor, the physical health of the witness is material to this case. I demand that we get proper testimony from the witness himself. To the fitness of the witness, if you like.
Testimony, you say?
He's busting a move.
Von Karma.
Yes?
She's just using this testimony as a ruse to stall for time.
Bustimony?
There's absolutely no need for such testimony.
Bustimony?
The defense has its version of the murder. The prosecution has the right to respond.
Oh, but the prosecution doesn't give the defense the right to respond to a lot of things, do you?
Oh, now you're getting it.
Ja, das stimmt.
Das ist richtig.
Perfekt, Herrlein. Ja.
The defense's objection is overruled.
Lucy.
Why can't he see things my way once in a while? Like a Premier League referee.
He's blind, actually. Like Justice himself is blind.
Like a Premier League referee. You know, get a decision right once in a while. Mr. Dingling, I'm sorry, but we need you to testify about your physical condition.
Oh, it says right to work.
It's
to work assessment.
I'm horribly triggered.
If you have any doubts about your ability to testify, you can request you don't. That wasn't the word, but that's what I saw on my delay stream I've got on my phone.
The witness will have no problems. However, let's all be respectful towards him. If you're asking about my physical condition, all I can tell you is it's like a baby's arm holding an apple. Thank you.
I understood that reference.
My lord, it's like a tripod.
Oh, that woman will sink to any low to win a case.
Oh my god. Okay, we're doing another testimony, so I gotta do the voice again.
Have fun.
I will. This voice isn't hard to do. I suppose I could have lifted something the size of that bust. I have a... Oh my god, this is just making me think of fucking Cromartie High School. Have a really strong upper body. Maybe he's a normal guy with just a really hard body. From working.
Can you just stop? I can only get erect so much.
Max!
Matty, all you see is just a dick coming out of Matty's image on the screen. Wow! A pencil bar just slowly getting longer.
No, it's his name bar that's getting longer at the top of the screen.
Oh, it's slowly angling up. And Freya's like, no!
What is the stream tonight?
Penis out of my area.
Oh, God.
Matty.
This is a no-ween zone.
I must improve my bust. Anyway, you can carry on now.
Wait, what's that from? I must.
I must increase my bust.
What's it from?
It's probably from a musical.
Anyway. It probably is. I have a strong upper body from working as an acrobat. Only my legs were injured. I've been skipping leg day for like 6 straight months. However, lifting the bust and looking out of the window would have been impossible, mainly because I couldn't see through the bust.
I couldn't see because my eyes are constantly closed.
Yeah, I'm constantly smirking at just stupidity. That's my actual disability. I can walk fine. Malu's like, I'm glad I'm home. Alone, because she's screwed. So,
my wife is
a peek behind the curtain. A peek behind the curtain. Last week, we had a very quiet one last week, didn't we, Jeremy? And
there was a lot going on, just in general.
Yeah, there wasn't. It's not a problem, but Malu has been here every week for the last few months, and she wasn't there last week. And not that anyone is ever obliged to come to our streams, but it was so out of character for Mel not to be there. I actually dropped her a message to check she was okay, and she was having a fabulous time, going somewhere wonderful. And it was just very. Sorry, other Mel in the chat, not Mel who on the call. And I don't want anyone to ever think that they are obligated to come to our streams. But if you do come a lot and then don't come, we do notice and we worry about you, and we hope you're doing okay. That is all it is.
They send a wellness check. Just make sure that you're not dead in your house.
Yeah, and then he's saying I went to visit Hades Town. That's where she went.
Did you see the musical?
I was going to say, did you go check out the musical?
It looked good. It looked very good.
You joke, but they actually did give me a wellness check at the end of last week. So.
Aw, sweet.
Damn.
Right, let's get on with it. I've said that line. It's okay, Charlie. You do what you want. And you know what? I know they're long, but the VODs are always there. If you ever want to catch up on our stupidity, they are
just
always
put them on
there.
like 2 times speed. It's fine.
You'll be able to understand Jeremy. You won't be able to understand me. I'm like... Slow it down and just entice me. Make a dick joke. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. It makes it impossible for me to have known the location of the ringmaster's head. So yeah, what he's saying is he can't have thrown it because he couldn't see the ringmaster, because the ringmaster would have been down and out of his line of sight. You see what I mean? That's what he's trying to say, whether we believe him or not. Thus, it would be unrealistic for me to drop the bust on him, don't you think?
Not impossible.
Not impossible, but...
Athena-themed cocktails, that does sound lovely.
I have no doubts in regard to this witness's testimony.
There's no more room in my chair for a bus because of my magnum dong. Yeah, it's coiled up underneath the seat like a fucking Cumberland sausage.
What, his dick, yeah.
If he offers to let you meet a hand puppet, do not shake hands with it. It was impossible for him to lift the bust and stick himself out far enough to look. Can we stop with... I can't with this fucking... Anyway. Stop sticking yourself far out. Sticking your fucking gargantuan wiener out of the window.
Fucking hell.
You beat him to death with your own dick.
Yeah.
Not to mention that he could have not have known the location of the ringmaster's head on his body. A single false step would have led to even more severe injuries.
This is turning into slash fiction.
That's what I was thinking. What is your opinion on the matter, Mr. Wright?
Okay, this is about the point where the game does something that's very Phoenix Wright. So Let's just see if we can get through this without me just telling you the answer.
It was at this moment the writers went, let's swerve them.
Yeah, they'll know. They'll know exactly what to do, right? Yeah, they'll know what to do. And we're just like, what?
The judge is like, I can't wait for someone to throw a curtain over me so I can have a nap like a parrot.
I can't wait for my ham sandwich.
I don't think there's any of the judge below his
ham
waist.
Sandwich, what?
I know.
I'd still like to proceed with my cross-examination.
Because I'm very cross right now.
Yeah.
He's simply stalling. It's shameful, really.
I can't let it get to me. I've got to focus.
No, let me get to
Focus.
you. I'm going
Focus.
to get to you. Right, I don't have to do... Right, okay, so, let's think about this. So yeah, we know he probably could have lifted it. That was fine. It was just that. So then what did he say? And he said only his legs were injured.
I have a strong upper body from working as an acrobat. Only legs were injured.
Mhm.
However, lifting the bust and looking out of the window would have been impossible.
We're just going to take his word for that for now.
Mhm.
Okay.
There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body.
Yeah, because I think he's saying.
Oh, to actually lean out the window. Okay, right.
Yeah, I
right,
think that's what he means.
Yeah.
Yeah. The judge uses 5 hams in a judge robe. The birds keep flying over and coming back, going, "There's ham in there."
That makes it impossible for me to have known the location of the ringmaster's head.
So there are things you could do. This is the thing I think we need to press him on. But I don't think pressing's going to be enough. We might have to go straight for a present.
Hold that thought. I need to close my door because I've realised an army of insects are invading my light.
Just like,
I shall return.
We're coming into the room to fuck the stream.
So, while he's away, I've been thinking about all these quotes we've been doing from Kung Pao into the fish.
Into the fish.
Yeah.
I know. And it's like, what is the most offensive thing in that whole film for this very situation? Betty's finishing maneuver.
Yeah, true.
Another paralyzer. Yes, exactly.
It's the fact that he uses his hand like a whip and it's like slap.
And so for the last 30 to 40 minutes, that's been in the foremost of my mind this entire conversation.
See, now I'm imagining Phoenix trying to pull like triangle point studs out of Acro, like, they're so pointy and they jab your hat.
So we're going to present something, you said?
Yes, I think we need to present something, but it's got to be something. The squirrel with the hammer. Now for my part of the bargain.
Jeremy, try to think of something that would make it obvious where the ringmaster would have been.
Yeah, something that would have maybe like, you know how this sounds really silly, but like the equivalent of like someone. Say you walked into a car park and there was a giant X on the ground, and you stood on it and were like, "Why is there a giant X here?" So you'd stop because of the X. Does that make sense?
The pepper, because the snow is black, white.
No, the pepper was inside the box, dude.
They could have put it in after.
The body was on it after.
Yeah.
Even more poignant, as of right now, my Corviknight has just reached level 100.
Oh, good job. Well done, Matty.
I have been playing Pokemon this entire stream.
They'll never know until I tell.
Bottle? No, it's found in the
cafeteria. The bottle's from somewhere else. That's in the cafeteria.
The monkey did it.
No, because the monkey wouldn't stay still.
Okay.
So what could it not? What could it not be? What could it not be?
Photo.
Yeah, it's not the Grand Prix. It's not the picture of the bust. We know the pepper was inside the box.
Unless it was the box itself, and no, he was carrying the box. So
no, he wasn't carrying the box. No,
he wasn't
carrying
the box.
He was found slumped over the box. Remember?
So the box then, because the box may have been on the ground. Maybe Gerald went to go and pick it up, and then a bust landed on him.
I mean, so far out of all the ones you've said, that seems the most logical of all of them. You can look at the others if you want, but I don't think there's going to be another one. Because everything else either came from somewhere else.
I think it was Phoenix's badge.
Phoenix's badge, which he's wearing currently.
It turns out that the silk hat is so much like a TARDIS you can hide a 1-ton weight in there.
Yeah, the real Gerald Ferreld is inside.
We should present the wooden box.
Okay.
Yeah, music gun. You know, that's a good thing.
Acro.
Is that right? What?
You didn't really need to lean out of the window, did you?
Yeah, I did. Promise.
What are you driving at, Mr. Wright?
Nothing, I'm standing right here.
I can't drive. That's very insensitive.
You already knew ahead of time where the Ringmaster's head was going to be. I mean, debatable. Quite precisely, I might add.
Your silly hinting at things is pointless, Herr Phoenix Wright. And annoying.
Enough stalling. How about you show us some evidence?
Oh, that was a triple stamp on pound, quadruple.
Pound.
But I did such a good job hinting. Yes. Hurry up and explain things, Mr. Wright. I want my sandwich.
I've just realised I never turned
Very
my light on.
hungry.
I was like, why is the lighting in here so weird? I forgot to turn my light.
Oh, I just assumed you were having mood lighting for the evening.
No. The mood is I forgot to turn my light on.
I see. There we go.
The dog in the background is just like, what?
What?
so you folks couldn't see that on camera. The dog's head was. Do you imagine that? Imagine I'm Claire. This was the dog. It went from like being, huh? Ah.
Okay. Can I just point out she's got her head in a bookshelf? That's where her head is right now.
Yeah.
Smart dogs.
Right.
Noodle cam.
Sweet baby. Oh. Boo, baby boo. Who's your baby boo? Anyway.
Gabagoo.
Daddy gabagoo. Anyway.
Maybe you should take a look at this.
Look at this photograph.
This photo. Also, if we're doing praise to Noodle Dog, I must do the only correct thing.
Yep.
Bear with me. Continue bearing. Continue bearing, and then.
Bury with it.
There you go.
Oh my God! So many catches.
Whoa, look at that! I believe Katya killed the Ringmaster all along. Goodness me.
Catch being like, ha ha ha.
It was I. I was the villain.
The key point here is the wooden box. The same wooden box the victim was found hunched over. The same. The question is, who placed the wooden box there?
Who put the pepper in the wooden box? I put the pepper in the wooden. Who? There's an owl in this courtroom. Who? Francisca!
When Ben and company saw the Ringmaster, they did not see him holding the box.
Yeah, that was a thing.
Which means that this wooden box was already placed at the scene of the crime. I have to admit, your theory makes a lot of sense.
I mean, the word lot is doing a lot of heavy lifting there.
The moment that the bust came falling down, wham, was exactly the moment that the Ringmaster lifted up this wooden box.
Physics.
Which means that the answer to all these questions is now crystal clear.
Is it though? You mean? Sorry. You mean?
If the bust were to fall upon the point marked out by the wooden box, there would be no way that it could miss the head of the victim.
Ugh, no!
Order! This is unbelievable. I just want my damn sandwich.
Bring your Aered down the left flank and bring me my damn sandwich already. Oh, he's in space.
Finally, some of these loose ends are starting to tie themselves up.
Gumshoe just flies past in the background.
Now I just got to keep going, and there's only one way to go from here. Forward. Well timed.
Further up and further in.
So the next question I have is, who placed that wooden box at the scene? It was Mr. Dingling, of course. He connected it to a rope, and then all he had to do was lower it down. Ah!
Ah!
me to whip some sense into you,
Ah!
Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Assault!
I love how she hits him so hard that the game wobbles.
Yeah.
The ringmaster's head could have been anywhere when he listed that box, not if he was following correct lifting procedure.
Right, exactly.
True.
That's why the box was so specifically made.
Not the right word, but okay.
Specially made.
Specially made.
Same meaning is fine.
Specially made?
Indeed. If it had the most peculiar feature... Sorry. It had the most peculiar feature. It's a weird way of phrasing it, but alright.
Well, he basically means there was something that was notable about it.
Let's look at this.
No, I don't think...
Handles, a keyhole, gold, wood.
But what's it say about it?
It boasts a small but strong lock.
Literally the only other thing it says.
The fact it's a £20 box.
Yeah, and I'm not great at weights, but that's a heavier bowling ball than I can hold
heavy
with.
box,
So it's quite heavy, that.
The weight of the box. Hence the reason there was only a little bit of pepper inside. Right, there you go.
The pepper was like incredibly heavy, you know.
It's like adamant. It's like
I have
adamantium.
something to say about this after we've done. I just need to write it down. Hang on.
Oh, okay.
Go for it.
No, it's unrelated to this, so I don't want to distract us. But go
Okay.
on.
The box has a remarkable weight.
Wait.
According to the court record, see Appendices 5.2, it weighs 20 pounds. 20 lbs, if you will. Just to lift up this wooden box would have required... Oh! I see! One would have to squat down, then lift it up with their body, wouldn't you say?
That's a lot of box! Sorry.
So true,
That's
Charlie.
a voluminous box.
That's exactly what I was trying to point out. The box is also very large. The box also has handles on either side, doesn't it? That is correct. To lift up the box, you'd have to squat down. Which means that no matter who you are, your head would be in approximately the same place.
A fool!
Does he even bother to listen to me anymore?
No. I disassociated.
I've heard what you've had to say. I must admit I'm shocked at your imaginative skills.
You... Oh, is that admitting it then? You did you do it? Did you place this wooden box in the plaza?
Mr. Wright may have a vivid imagination, but I could never have done what he's proposing.
What?
Mr. Wright, do you recall the original location of Max's bust? I've just realized what the weird noises I'm hearing in the background are. I was really confused. Pokemon noises. I can hear the Pokemon noises from Max.
I can't hear him at all, to be honest. So
it was just the noise of him like selecting things. I was like, what the fuck? What's that noise?
I can't hear it at all, to be fair. So
No, it stopped now. It's not a problem. I just could not work out what it was. I'm like, am I having a stroke? What the fuck is going on?
I think for
I'm
house.
sorry. I like to be prepared.
Oh no, it's not that, Matty. Literally, because of the way I adjusted the audio on the call for each person, we can't hear it on our end, literally. So
yeah,
have no fear.
I heard it. So okay. So in a rare thing here, Jeremy, you will not get penalised for the wrong answer, and it does actually suggest you choose the wrong one first for a humorous response.
So who put the box there? Oh no, the original
No,
location. Sorry.
You just have to answer whether you know or or you forget. You don't need to present anything.
I mean, it was the original location of it. I legit don't remember.
Well, there you go. Do I forget then?
I kind of forgot.
I mean, if it helps, I never forget.
Nick, don't tell me you're losing your memory already.
Who are you again?
No.
You're young to die.
Let's not get carried away here.
Let's not get carried away like a bust on a pulley system.
Hey, stick out your head a little. I've got just the thing. Apply a kick.
Whoa! Kicks his head right off his
Like,
body.
Finish him.
Enough of that. No horseplay in this courtroom. And no kicking
We
the
had that horse
defense.
here earlier licking the defense attorney because he was so sticky.
And no kicking the defense attorney.
Oh.
According to the court record, the bust disappeared from the cafeteria. It did? Alright.
Yeah, it was in the cafeteria originally. I'd like you to remember one important fact, Mr. Wright. I could not possibly leave the lodging house by myself.
No, you can't, / couldn't, / won't.
/ haven't.
That means...
You understand what I mean, don't you?
The clown!
I may very well have been able to drop the bust from my room. However, how would I have gotten the bust from the cafeteria to my room?
Send in the clown!
You are really married to this theory, aren't you? He didn't have an accomplice. We have proven it.
Bollocks.
You see how Phoenix Wright explains that? Murder bird, how many birds does it take to murder? Don't forget, vergiss nicht, you said there was no accomplice.
The clown, surely! The clown!
Monkey. Jeremy, I swear to God.
Maybe he put the box there because he was asked to, but didn't know it was going to be part of a murder.
See, that's the kind of thing that would happen in logical stuff.
Yes,
But yes.
but this isn't logical.
Nope.
So true.
Yeah.
Tell us exactly how the witness would have carried the bust from the cafeteria. Jeremy? How?
Yep, we definitely have a problem here. But this is no place to get perplexed. I've got to get my wits about me and prove how things happen once and for all. All right, Mr. Wright. Let's hear your explanation. Okay, if it wasn't the freaking clown, the lion's already gone. That only leaves the only thing that could jump 3 stories high.
The monkey.
We know that the monkey can get. We know the monkey can get to his room because it's done it before. Remember? Because you found your lawyer's badge. Yes, you found your lawyer's badge in there.
Yeah. And he likes shiny things.
Kind of like you guys when you play Pokemon.
Yep. Jeremy's like, now fuck you all. I choose the pepper pot.
I mean, he can.
It was clearly the broken bottle that did it.
Yeah. Do some Rube Goldberg machine.
How did the witness get the bust from the cafeteria back to his realm?
Just throws a monkey at the judge.
A monkey?
A monkey?
Hey, Nightbot.
Monkey.
That's a convenient emote there. Everyone knows money. He loves shiny objects of any size. Oh, like when he stole the ventriloquist's ring.
So, are you saying the witness had a monkey steal the bus?
No accomplices. Of course he didn't order the monkey to steal it. The monkey stole it on his own and then brought it back home. Oh. Home? Money lives in Acro's room. Acro's room?
But the the bust was bronze, wasn't it? Bronze isn't all that shiny.
Not with that attitude.
Maybe you should. Maybe you should put the whip down sometimes and read the court order, Francisca.
That's not what it said, but yes.
Oh, fine. Maybe you should put the whip down sometimes and read the court order, is literally what it said.
It said court record, but okay.
What did I say?
Court order.
Oh, well, okay, you're fair then. All right, fair.
I'm so glad that these things are recorded when things like this happen, because I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, so the actual bust is made of bronze, but I think the cards are the shiny part.
Yeah,
right, okay.
Yeah.
My, those are some very nice cards he's holding.
In the background, Matty's like, thank you!
You know what else?
Yes, and they're made of platinum, which is very shiny.
My trap card!
Wow, and apparently platinum was our word of the day, so congratulations to
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god, earlier...
You got me going out, Charlie, nice one.
One of my friends sent me 2 consecutive clips. They're playing Atom, right? And there's a bit where you have to run through and it does like a cleansing kind of like shower. And the first time he did it, he was like, wah! Because it comes out of all the sides and the front and right. And then every single time after that, he's like, you'll get me that time, blah, blah, blah. And as he was walking down this like shower room, he's like, yeah. And then my other friend who'd done the clip set off one of his really loud alerts. And he's like, fuck you, buddy! And the best part was it was the Sakabambastis song. So I was like, son of a bisbastis. Anyway.
Yes, and they're made of platinum, which is very shiny.
It's true. And very unreactive.
Wow.
Acro.
Wow.
Money is a strong monkey, right?
More Russian.
It'd be easy for him to bring the bust to your room.
Strong monkey.
Monkey strong. Apes together strong.
Yeah.
If he wasn't able to handle that himself, I'd be on the market for a new roommate. Oh my god, does the monkey bring him in and out?
Maybe.
I swear. I swear.
Can you imagine having your fucking? Well, no, so someone said he bring him food.
Yeah, I think Mo gives him food.
Mo or then... I know it's Regina that brings him food. Actually, I think.
Oh yes, it's Regina.
Order! I said order. Ms. Von Karma. Where is the bust in question at this moment?
Ich weiß nicht, I don't know. They're searching for it as they speak. Oh, that's interesting. They haven't found it.
Yeah.
Well, this is a rather strange turn of events.
This is what's strange. This thing. That's the thing that pushes it over.
But let's say that the monkey had not stolen the bust.
Yeah, let's just say the ringmaster wasn't murdered. Let's just all go home.
What would have happened then? Well, in that event, something else would have been used as the murder weapon.
Wait. Then you mean this bus was the murder weapon purely by accident?
It's possible.
Oh yeah, I remember now.
Yeah, because he can't order the monkey to do stuff, so he would just pick something. Yeah, pick something from the mountain of goods to be like, what can I use to murder something?
Maybe Acro...
NANI?
Thank you. Maybe Acro saw Money's mountain of stolen goods and thought to use one of them. Anyways, I think we've more than proven one critical fact. Namely, that it was entirely possible that Acro was the murderer.
Moron!
Mr. Wright's argument was so circular, I'm still a bit dizzy. However, his argument does hold water. There is no denying that. Ah!
Don't seem so flamboozled, not a word. Especially by this fraud of an attorney.
Fraud?
Yeah, I said it the German way.
Oh, no, I just repeated it.
You've forgotten the absolute most important thing, Herr Phoenix, right?
What now? And what is that?
You should know.
Evidence?
You, I don't know. Sorry.
Evidence is key.
You forgot that your fraud of a magical client was spotted at the scene of the crime.
Or was he? Ah!
There is no reason to doubt the clown's testimony. So many Russian sleeper agents getting activated in the crowd today.
Yeah.
The clown's testimony is uncontrovertible.
That's true. How do you respond to that, Mr. Wright? When can I have my sandwich?
Nick, don't let her beat you now.
I won't. This is my chance to turn this trial around.
Let's turn it around really fast so the judge gets dizzy. When the murder occurred, there were 2 people at the scene of the crime. One was the victim, Gerald Barreld, and the other was the murderer himself, Demurd. Answer this, and only this, Herr Phoenix, right? Oh, big penalty. Who was the murderer the clown saw? So what? So we are assuming this game is telling us that there was someone there who had Max's silhouette, but who was it? Or rather, what was it?
What was it?
Yeah? Yeah.
Go for it.
He saw Max's...
I asked who was the other person Mo saw on the scene. Some evidence has nothing to do with the question.
Au contraire, mon frère.
Ich bin kein Bruder. Ich bin deine Schwester.
It does indeed have something to do with the question.
Oh, was?
Mo said he saw Max's silhouette. But he did not actually see the man himself. It wasn't a human being he saw. How is that possible? It's simple, really.
Is it?
What Mo actually saw that night was bust.
Ooh!
Oh my.
What are you talking about? Have you tried using your brain at all in this case? The silhouette he saw was wearing a cloak.
I love this animation of her just smacking the desk.
You're pissing me off. Ample bust was
There's
cited.
no reason why you couldn't attach a cloak to the bust.
But why would you?
It would be easy to hang one off of the cards in the bust's hands. It's difficult for me to say.
Dummkopf, who in their right mind would put a cloak on a bust?
That's what we're trying to figure out.
I mean, I'm right here.
It doesn't matter who put it on the bust.
Max.
Just wait.
Giotto Matteo!
Wait a minute now. Can I do it? Hang on. Giotto Matteo.
Choto mating, eh? Choto mate yo.
Right, San. Who put the cloak?
This is all a rather bizarre thing.
Who put the cloak on the bust?
Who put the cookies in the cookie jar?
That question is of utmost importance to this case.
Sorry. Wakarim, excuse me?
Erica, thank you.
That question is of the utmost importance to this case. Don't you agree?
Please ignore the hooting idiots in the gallery and continue with the case.
He caught me.
God damn it.
So, let's have it, right, San?
I like that. Well, no, he's not called right in Japanese, is he? He's something else.
No, he is,
He's Naruhodo Ryuichi, yeah?
Naruhodo Ryuichi, yeah.
I guess it would be Naruhodo-san.
Attorney-san.
So what's the question? Who put the cloak on the bust?
Who put the cloak on the bust? Who did it?
Who could have done it?
Apart from Mo, because we know you're gonna choose Mo.
They said
yes
that they saw it go. They saw it like before the murder.
Who's they? Sorry.
Ben. Sorry, bottom screen.
Ben and Trillo.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
See, he said he saw someone making their way to the scene, didn't he?
Yeah.
But what if
they were wearing a cloak?
What if they actually put the cloak on them? Potential.
Well, they did. You saw the picture.
No, but no. Ben and Trillo.
Ben and Trillo were the ones who put the cloak on the bust.
They saw someone with a cloak go past. But why would they put a cloak on the bust?
So, you know that bit where Russell is leaving the room and says, "I'll be back in 10 minutes," and then he goes off and gets murdered?
Yes.
Yeah.
When he leaves the room, the cloak is on its stand by the door.
Yeah.
So the only person who could have taken it out of that room is him. So, by that logic, it must be him.
Yeah. Oh, yes. No, I remember now.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It doesn't make sense, but logically,
No,
that's
it
the
doesn't
only
make
person.
sense,
That's the only person who could have taken it
That's
out.
the only person with access to the room.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. There's only one cloak, and so he would have
like
cloak.
one cloak, one hat. Never surrender.
If he was the one that Ben and Trillo saw leaving.
Yes.
And he had a cloak on. Therefore,
he did have
cloak
on.
Cloak.
Yes. Right.
Okay.
Choose
and
him.
somehow that cloak attached itself to the bust.
Yeah. So do you know what? Let's just let Phoenix magically explain.
Yeah.
Fool him.
I know.
You
Charlie, I get it. I was the
I've literally just remembered what happens as well, and I can feel my rage. I can feel my rage.
Is this the moment we've been building to? The moment where everyone, based on what you
everybody
said,
just exhales a lot. Yeah.
Okay, well, let's see how I respond to this. Then.
We're all gonna be like the Prodigy, because we'll be like exhale, exhale, exhale.
Yes.
You are saying it was the victim himself, Gerald Berald?
Not exactly, but yes.
That's
what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
The victim himself placed the cloak on the bust?
Give it to Keith.
Place the cloak isn't really the right way of putting it. Then what would be the right way of putting it, Mr. Right?
Explain yourself!
Explain yourself! What the fuck? Nick, do you really have a handle on all this? Nope.
Yeah, I've got my hand wrapped right round Acro's dick.
I'm fine, Maya. I'm fine. I'm finally putting all the pieces together.
Get up.
There's really only one picture I can paint anyways. All right.
It's a dog.
So, you want to know what really happened that night? Let's take a step back in time.
Noticeably FAT, rewind the tape.
Acro used a rope to lower the wooden box onto the scene.
Oh no.
Oh, this music. Then
we have to deal with it.
Then he... No, I don't.
You stubborn son of a bitch. He really doesn't like this music.
I'll put it on low.
He's done this every time that this music has come up. When we talked to Regina for a while, he actually turned it off entirely.
Then he attached that rope to the bust.
He pulled the rope back in, and then
and dangled the bust out of the window, out of his bedroom window, directly above the wooden box.
Oh my!
I think I'm figuring out where this is going.
There's the cloak, see?
At the same time, the ringmaster told Max to wait in his room and went to the scene. Of course, at the time, the ringmaster was wearing Max's costume.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he put
Just
it
the
on. 'Cause
hat
I think
and
I think it was just because it
The
was
hat and
cold.
cloak, not the,
Yeah,
not the
Okay,
whole
right.
thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
not
yeah,
because he was cosplaying, just, because.
No, he
Yeah.
was just cold, I think.
Perhaps he didn't want
Or because he didn't want anyone to recognize him.
You
didn't want anyone to recognise him that night.
Yeah.
But just as he feared, he was spotted at the entrance of the lodging house
The
by,
roses are very
by
obviously there.
none other than a ventriloquist and his puppet, Ben and Trillo.
Our favourite guys.
When the ringmaster arrived at the scene, he bent over to lift the wooden box. And wham! And that's when Acro took his chance and released the rope. Probably thinking...
Quite clearly leaning out of the window in that picture.
Right, yeah,
For whatever.
Now, this is when the magic happens. At the very instant that the bust hit the victim...
Oh my lord.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh no!
That's literally...
No!
that's
I hate it just as
no,
much the second
that's
time.
literally what I was picturing as soon as it was in that previous image. Like, I pictured it.
You wait just a second there, Phoenix, right? As much as you try, as much as you scheme, this just isn't true. It can't be.
Makes logical sense. It's still a little early to be getting upset, Ms. Von
Don't
Karma.
you shout at her. This is perfectly a logical reaction to such bullshit.
This circus isn't over yet.
Charlie was like, I was defending this case, but I actually had forgotten how,
This is
how ridiculous this is at the end.
Yeah.
Up to this point, it has been, and I mean, cards on the table, I can't actually remember the motive, so we'll see. Was?
Oh, I do.
I could partly remember it.
The impact of the bust threw the cloak up, which snagged onto the bust. Honestly, that's plausible.
Sure.
One could say it's even magic.
Look, I can throw you in jail for other things. Alright, I'll be good.
Give me this. I don't have an awful lot of lines in this.
I mean, look.
Like, Regina, I'm almost out of milk. Oh, sorry.
I mean, look. I should clarify for a second. I should clarify. Is this ridiculous? Absolutely. But is it actually
stupid?
But is it actually possible? Yeah.
Also, no. But
it is.
Physics.
I mean, sure. But that would mean that whoever did this wasn't trying to frame Max at all, which is an interesting point.
That's the thing I was going to mention as well. The impact also caused the sound. A certain witness heard. Sorry, I'll try it again. That impact also caused the sound a certain witness heard, prompting him to take a look. That witness was, of course, Lawrence Mo Clown Curls. The clown.
Curls. Lawrence Curls. Clone Wars.
When Mo looked out his window, the cloak had already snagged onto the bust, thus creating the silhouette that they saw. Now, having completed the crime, Acro naturally went about pulling up the murder weapon. By the pulley system. But of course, he had no idea that Mo saw the bust being raised with the cloak dangling on it. Primarily because in his wheelchair, he couldn't see out of his window. So he just kept pulling the bust up. A ghostly visage!
No, the visage is a face. You don't see the visage.
I'm saying it to partly annoy you. And that is how the magical murderer disappearing into the sky came to be. I thank you.
I just want to be known that Warner Brothers spent millions making Superman fly.
Yes, true. And I did it for pennies. Pennies against the dollar.
So you see, the only person who could have pulled this off
It wasn't a monkey.
Is the one person who was able to drop the murder weapon from above the crime scene. Acro. I want to tell that very evilly. Acro. It could only have been you.
Spoiler, you're actually several crows.
Free crow? What? Acro's been playing mind games with all of us.
No, he's just deaf.
He sure has. But has he come to the end of his rope now?
Very nice. So,
What now?
you've graced us with a rather long-winded tale.
Yes.
14 hummingbirds in a vest. But do you have any evidence to prove that your fairy tale is true?
Well, if you'd have found the bust, we probably would have found the blood splatter all over it, then we could have proven it.
I mean, that
It
does
involves
seem
with-
to have...
Sorry,
Sorry, that did seem to throw a crow among the pigeons. I thank you.
I'm here all week.
Evidence?
Yes, Judge. I know you haven't heard of it. It's a thing we have. Not very often. In this court, only two things matter. The power of evidence and the power of my whip.
Can we rephrase it to the power of evidence that I choose and the power of my whip?
Power of my evidence.
Can we turn it back around to the prodigy and say that she's about to smack a bitch up?
Change my fitness. Smack the fitness. Anyway.
Don't forget the power of my gavel as well.
And my axe.
I made
I
it rhyme.
honestly thought Jeremy was going to say garvel, just to piss off all the people who got annoyed at him saying gasket the other day, which was wrong, by the way.
It's
very,
gasket.
very
It's
funny.
gasket.
It's not. But let's just move on.
Gasket.
Imagine having a driveway that was just all gavels, and you were like trying to get through it like a ball pit. Like, God, why do we get our driveway done this?
Gavels cost a lot of money, you know. That's expensive.
Yeah, exactly. Beautiful, polished wooden gavels.
But no gaskets involved.
No. Gasket.
Mr. Wright, the prosecution brings up a good point. Can we see some evidence?
Nick, they say they want evidence.
Fuck, in a courtroom? Shit.
I know.
I just explained how
Unrealistic.
I just explained how there can only be one possible murder method. But there is still something unusual about Mo's eyewitness account.
Unusual?
A contradiction, actually.
Holy shit. Okay then.
Suck my ass!
Lose that and get out of this jam.
That's enough talking amongst yourselves. I want my sandwich.
No conferring.
It's like Jeremy Paxman. Come on.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna have to hurry you.
Imagine if I'd done the judge character like Jeremy Paxman on University Challenge all this time.
Yeah, it's like whenever Phoenix says, it's like, Phoenix, right? Los Angeles?
Right, Los Angeles.
We need jungle, I'm afraid. Oh, jungle.
Proceed, Mr. Wright. Present some evidence that present some fuck.
Please. Please, God. Please present some evidence.
Present some evidence to the court that backs your claims. I don't mean your known claims. I want hard proof that you have
proof all you want, yes, sir.
I want hard proof that you have unraveled the trick to this magic case. Okay, not the hat, not the papers. Papers?
I want you to know, Jeremy, that I'm reading the paragraph that explains this on the guide, and I have never felt more that my head is slowly expanding, and just all I can hear is the Magic Roundabout theme music playing louder and louder. I honestly don't feel like I understand English anymore.
Okay.
No, I think I think I remember what it is.
Oh no, it says what to do, I just don't understand.
Also, can I just make a point? They've blurred out the Japanese copyright line on this photo, which is incredibly amusing to me.
Never mind that. Now look how much of a sexy bitch I am in those platform heels.
Your fish are dead. Yes, I don't know how to get them out of there. I a stroke trying to read this.
Please don't.
I just don't understand.
Felp, do you want another set of eyes if you share me the link?
Yeah, I'll send it to you, Matty. It's literally like the last paragraph on this page.
Okie doke.
Here we go. I'll put it in the chat. It's a bit of a glitchy site, so... Yeah, it's the bottom two, basically.
So how they did the trick? I mean, it had to involve a pulley system. So what could?
Yeah, it's asking a strange question. It's one of its things where it's like, show me something that kind of gives you an opening to talk about it, even though the player may not understand the way that it's doing this. I genuinely don't know what's next. That's because I feel like I'm having a trying to read this, Charlie. Honestly, it's pretty clear what we have to do. I just don't understand why.
Okay, I think I get it.
I know why.
Yeah, Matty, would you like to try and explain it as someone who's just read what I've read?
What? Yeah.
As in, like, guide Jeremy logically to what?
Yeah. So, well, first off, I'd say have a good old look at the bust and look at all of its distinctive features.
All right, let's go have a look at that photo.
Funnily enough, I was actually doing that on that photo a few moments ago.
It got all of them on it. See, it doesn't have the cloak or the roses though.
So, what does he have?
He's got the hat.
Well, he's definitely got the hat, and he's definitely got the cards. So, with that being in mind, what is it asking you to present?
It's asking us to prove how the trick was done.
So so there's two schools of thought here, which have now just occurred to me based on what you're saying. When I read the phrase, how they unravel the trick, what's the hard proof? My default thinking is like the pulley system or a rope. But I guess what they mean by trick is how did they make someone think it was Max?
I think it's the second one. What they're talking about. Am I right, Matty, there?
And so by that logic, you have to present the bust to probably then, if you said the phrase, how do you start the story? I don't think it's the bust this
time. It's not the bust this time, I don't think.
Okay.
I don't think it's the bust this time.
I mean, the bust is in that photo. Well,
okay, let's think about what we know. So the ringmaster walked to where the box was, or rather encountered the box, and what was he wearing when he got to the box? He was wearing the cloak and the hat.
Wearing the cloak and
hat. He was wearing all of the bits, wasn't he? He was wearing the hat, and the cloak had the roses attached to it. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
The hat was found at the scene because it fell off when he got clonked on the head. The cloak and its roses got caught on the bust as it was lifted away, right? So that's why that's why the hat was still part of the ensemble, if that makes sense, because it was the bust at that point.
That's why there was the complete perception of Max.
Yes, and that's how a hat was able to leave the scene and also remain at the scene. That I understand.
If Ben and Trillo saw a guy in a cloak, where the fuck is the cloak?
In the box.
Well, we know that it went. It's not in the box. We didn't. The box wasn't opened until after the murder, Jeremy.
Sorry. I'm just like, what's in the box? But I know.
What's in that box?
So, there's something very important that I remembered, which is that Ben and Trillo saw the roses, right?
Yeah.
And Mo didn't. And Mo didn't.
Oh, because he only quoted 2 of the 3 things.
Yes. So why would Mo have only seen 2 of them, and Ben and Trillo saw all of them? And I can't believe that this is the answer, but whatever you're thinking, I guarantee it's simpler than what you're thinking.
Yeah.
Where would you need to be standing in relation to Max to see all 3 things? Where would you need to be standing to not see all 3 things?
Oh, wrong thing, sorry. I'll try to find a map.
Imagine Max is standing in front of you wearing all these things, Jeremy. Yeah?
Okay.
Look at his promotional picture, actually. Look at his promo picture.
Oh, bollocks, sorry.
No,
sorry.
not that one. Promo picture.
That's his promo picture. Yay.
Jeremy, you went past it, please.
Oh, sorry. That's a circus map.
No. Yes, that one.
Oh, sorry, I thought it looked like a photo. Sorry, that's why I was missing it.
Yeah, it's okay.
Right, so there's a picture. You can see all the 3 things clearly, right?
So, what? Roses?
Rose's hat.
Rose's hat and cloak, yeah?
Okay, sure.
But where would you need to stand to not see one of them?
Behind him.
Why might Mo not have seen the roses?
Because he was in his room?
Where's Mo's room compared to the crime scene?
Next door to it.
Go and have a look at the map again.
From a different angle.
Yeah, so it's entirely possible, because if Ben and Trillo, basically, he walked right past Ben and Trillo, so Ben and Trillo saw the whole thing,
So they
right?
saw everything.
They saw the front and the back,
Mhm.
whereas Mo probably only saw the back.
Yeah. So if he dropped say in theory that he did drop the bus down upon him, that's from that side window, and Mo would be looking dead on from the back rear end.
Which is how Ben and Trillo and Mo's testimony can all make sense, and nobody be lying. That's how it works. Now, the next question, Jeremy, what do you think the game wants you to present to prove that?
My logical assumption, my first assumption would be Mo.
No. Because Mo doesn't know that.
I mean, the map at that point, because you'd have to show the angles, is the other thing.
The map might be something that you show later.
Yeah.
What do we have that proves that you can only see that symbol from the front?
Photos?
Of?
Max?
What's the best photograph of Max we've got that shows all of his things?
You can see them in... Well, you can't see... Yeah, you can see all of them in that.
Yeah.
And then you've got the promo picture.
Let's try the promo picture. Because there's nothing else going on in that. It's literally just that, isn't it?
Yeah.
I hope everyone is with me on the I feel like I'm having a stroke moment here.
No.
Yeah.
It literally took me several reads to...
Yeah, right! I'm going to read it aloud when we've got to the end of this bit so you can understand. You can all understand if you're not reading what I was trying to deal with here.
Okay. The problem is Max's 3 symbols.
I wonder if this made more sense in Japanese.
You know, the silk hat, the cloak, and the white roses.
All together now? No, don't.
Those symbols were a problem numerous times during yesterday's proceedings.
It's easy to be smart when you know the answer, Millie. It's just trying to make it... I refuse to just say what... have it make any sense. You know?
Guide Jeremy.
It doesn't help what I don't understand it.
Just to fully explain to the chat, because we've had these conversations well away from the stream as well.
Yeah.
This is mainly just so we can sort of like have Jeremy experience the game to its fullest and try and urge him to make his own logical conclusions with it. It's only when he really gets stuck we're doing what we're doing.
Yeah, we're like, okay,
exactly. This is one of the few instances where we've had to kind of lean a bit hard because it's just like, I can see this being back in 2000 and whenever, this would have been something that would maybe put this game down for weeks. You know, because I'd have been like, what the actual fuck is going on?
I do remember when I played this on DS, I'm pretty sure it was when I was at school and I just printed out the fucking spoiler-free walkthrough from
the game facts.
I'm like, all right, yep, cool.
Did anyone watch that clip show of Scooby-Doo and the cyber chase thing I put in the group chat earlier, which was like,
no, I haven't yet.
Cyborg Ninja Fart Machine 58 on Game Facts, that's me! Anyway, go on then, Jeremy.
Yesterday, there were 2 contradictions in Mo's testimony.
The silk hat was once, if I told...
But the theory I just presented explains all of these contradictions.
You fool, do you ever shut up?
No.
I can't believe you don't shut up.
Max's silk hat was found at the scene of the crime.
I didn't hear that at all. Did you hear that?
It's fine.
No.
Okay, cool. As long as the stream heard it, because apparently Discord decided that we did not need to hear that, Jeremy.
Hey, if we need to do a cool refresh, we can. If that's easier.
No. It's fine. As long as the stream is working.
Okay, cool. However, remember what Mo said yesterday? Is this where it's going to show?
No, I've blanked it out.
Is this the point? Are they going to replay the bit now where he only said 2 of the 3 things? And even I was like, wait a minute. He testified that the criminal he saw fleeing the scene was wearing a silk hat. There's only one explanation for that. The silk hat that Mo saw was actually the bust's.
So, Belt's reacting. Literally, they and me literally had this conversation based on what I was reading out. Doing a back and forth. So it was like, I found this big revelation and had to bite my lip.
Makes sense if you look at it that way. Then he did see the silk hat. Well, sort of.
Fine, you've got one, but what about the other contradiction?
The other contradiction?
We are going to have to do a call reset before the raid, I think. Remember what the ventriloquist said in court?
I'll tell you what, we're gonna do it now because it's a funny image of Francisca waiting for us to reset the call.
Who's leaving? Am I leaving?
Whoever needs to leave, I will put the screen on blank in about 10 seconds. I'll put the screen on the stream blank.
But you're the one cutting out, Jeremy, so I don't know what to do because it's usually me. What should we do?
I'll hang up and come back.
All right, okay. Well, let's all leave the channel and come back into the Discord.
Bear with us, folks.
Okay?
Sorry.
Right. Okay, cool. Well, we'll go. Had to be right back, and then we'll be back in like a few seconds.
So the fun part, folks, is I'm still live, and people will see this, but they can't, as it were. So if I join this call again, hopefully, turn on camera, do this, and then there we go. I do this.
The music.
Oh, right. I thought you were singing the Shoobity Bop, which is my favourite song at the moment. Shoo-bop-be-dabby, shoo-bop-ba-da, shoo-bop-ba-da-ba-ba-ba, shoo-bop-ba-da-ba-doo.
There we go. And hopefully, folks, that's not affected you watching at home, anything, but hopefully it's helped stabilise the call on our end a bit here.
Fingers crossed. It's even funnier for us because we're just watching Jeremy going, and we're like, Remember what the ventriloquist said in court. He said that he witnessed weiße Rosen on Max's chest that night. His ample bust, he was very clear about it.
Bust.
But the clown's testimony doesn't match. Falsch! The clown said that there were no white roses. I'd like to see you try and explain that one away.
Mel.
Sorry, can you do it, Nick? Can you do it?
Can you be and cue it, Nick?
Can you fucking be it?
Of course.
Of course.
I can explain all
Sorry,
of
hang
it.
on a minute. What he should have said was, of course! For you, this is a normal court day, but for me, it was a Tuesday.
Of course, I can explain all of it like Clarissa did on Nickelodeon for many years.
Ladder just comes bonk on the side of the thing. It's like, hi, Sam.
if on your bingo card for the stream you had a Clarissa Explains It All reference, you may check that now.
Na.
There you go.
Was war das?
Please recall the instant when the cloak snagged onto the bust.
I wasn't there.
Please imagine recalling.
Imagine you were there and recall the instant.
Think about it. Your brain.
Denken Sie daran.
If the cloak snagged onto the bust, what happened to the roses? They were
My
hidden.
missing rose. Yeah. Na. See, you did Kiss from a Rose. I was doing Desert Rose by mistake.
Well, we had the same idea.
Baby, I compare you to a missing ass rose.
Before we get DMCA'd, do you get it yet?
Yeah, because we're too good. We're too fucking good.
Do you get it yet?
Go on.
If the cloak got snagged on. Do you get it yet? If the cloak got snagged onto the front of the bust.
The only thing on the front of a bus should be a giant ass poppy.
I mean, if there's any snagging for a start, I'll get some chaps.
Snagging your bust.
I'm smooth as silk, my lovelies.
It means that the white roses would end up on the back of the bust.
I literally, sometimes this game makes me feel like my brain is falling apart like a cake in a cupboard.
I think it's a way that they drag it out, but it's also like, I do not give
Danganronpa
a
is
shit.
worse. Danganronpa is worse than this. Because I think at the end of both Danganronpa 1 and 2, I haven't seen the end of 3, they literally go round in circles so often that it gets to the point where one person will say something and the other person will say the exact same thing, and then the first person will be like, what? Like it's like a different thing. I'm like, I feel like I'm being brainwashed. What the fuck?
I think that's the reason why I stopped playing the first one, because I think I just got fed up. I was just like, you know what?
I just watch other people play them now and watch them get mad.
I've seen the anime, I know what happens, it's fine.
Look at the screen, now back to me, your brain is now soup.
Yeah, don't try and watch the third season of the anime, though. It may destroy your brain. Both of them.
The third... Sorry, what were we talking about?
Danganronpa, we'll come back to that.
There's only one season of the anime, but okay.
There isn't, there's 2 more.
No, there isn't.
There is?
There freaking is!
Okay.
There's Danganronpa 3, there's the future arc and the past arc, I think it was, which in theory...
That's one season.
They're not, they're technically 2 different shows.
Oh.
Okay, but it's one show. Danganronpa 3 is that anime.
I've not seen the Danganronpa 3 anime. I've only seen the Danganronpa 1 anime.
Because it's called
so that's
like...
news to me that there's Danganronpa 3 anime.
It's
so
called something like The Last Hope of Peaks Academy, whatever it is.
The last day of the... I think it's like the end of Hope's Peak Academy is what it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah, Charlie, that did happen. I forgot I had some things set on, but I forgot what set them off. But yeah, the thing is,
He got so mad that he blew out so much hot air that the balloons appeared.
Sorry, I'm still caught up on this because I'm just like, but there is no Danganronpa 1 anime.
There is.
It's called Danganronpa the Animation, I think.
Anime. It's how I watched it in the first place.
Claire, I'm not. I swear to you, there is. There's a season 1 anime. There wasn't one for season 2. As in, sorry, clarification for wording.
There wasn't one for the second game.
Yeah, there was one based on the first game. There wasn't one on the second game, and then there was one based on the third game. But it was 2 different seasons that work in parallel with each other for the viewing order, but are actually 2 different licensed seasons that take place at different points in the timeline of the third game.
Funnily enough, the anime Danganronpa 3 is the reason that the third game is not called Danganronpa 3 because it's called Danganronpa V3 to cause less confusion.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot about the animation. That's the one I forgot.
Yeah, there you go. That's always one of the catches with anime, isn't it? Well, any kind of cartoon. But anyway, which explains.
Get me off the hook.
See, look what Danganronpa did. We're not even playing it. It's making us upset.
Which explains why Mo didn't see them. The white roses were not visible because they were on the back side of the bust.
Oh.
Roblox death noise.
Also, you've got a backside for a bust.
I will not accept such calumnies on my bust.
Order! Order!
Jeremy,
You alright?
Yeah, did everyone else get that completely shorting out?
Yes.
And it was entirely silent, and we were all just waiting for Jeremy to be done. So
I 100% assure you that's not what everyone heard on stream, though. I assure you that.
Okay, I think at this point, we don't need to point out every time that Jeremy cuts up, because I think at this point it's just going to happen, and we're just going to have to deal with it. Because stream is fine.
At the same time, this is something that Jeremy and I will always address, because we always have. So this is what's happening.
Harriet's literally just pointed out in the chat that nope, there was a long.
long scream. I know there was a long scream.
Oh, we know it works in the scream. It's just really funny to me that Jeremy was just there like.
From your point of
view. We were all just there like.
I'm just saying that the chat's pointing out in unison that they heard it.
Yeah, no, and they always do. It's always me that misses it.
That's why there are VODs available.
Yeah, because fuck you, Claire.
No, that's a message from Discord.
Jeremy's Discord in a hat.
Wait, what?
Oh. No, the thing was, Jeremy, you were fine, but then I dropped Discord on you, and the hat got snagged on Discord, and then
You're
floated out
doing
the
a
window
parody
into the
reference of
sea.
what's happening in the story. I see. Sorry.
No, I'm just talking shite. don't attribute too much cleverness to me. I'm a fucking idiot.
This is quite the shocking state of affairs. Mr. Wright's theory still sounds a bit absurd to me. The dog's like, you done yet?
No!
However, let's just keep going down this road for a while and see where it leads.
Sorry, I'm getting mixed up. Let's do this, Nick. Then maybe Von Karma will finally throw in the towel.
Attached to a web. Uh-oh. It's got a face on.
Oh no.
Neither of them look bothered, do they?
Oh, please.
Unbothered, moisturized, in the lane.
Flourishing. Thriving.
Flourishing. Thriving. Well, so much for that theory.
Mr. Wright, I haven't said anything in ages. Do you mind?
I do. Can we end this? Please, let the judge have a sandwich. What is it?
You took the time to research our circus, didn't you?
Oh, what's he about to bring up? Well, yeah, I did. Is there something? Is there something making you think that I didn't?
If you did, then maybe you'll understand why I think you're off track.
Oh, please. Why is that?
Motive. This witness feels an incredible debt of gratitude towards the ringmaster, Ring General.
Gunter / Walter, ex-professional wrestler.
Anyone with any relation to the circus is well aware of this.
Yeah, but his bro died.
What? Yeah, but he didn't die.
No, his bro died. Acro's bro died.
Oh no, he's in a coma. To be fair, sorry, that's me.
He's in a coma with no. He's pretty much dead, but he's not actually dead.
He's not actually dead.
Acro's like, I can't believe you forgot this.
Sorry.
Sorry. I forgot, and I'm supposed to know.
Sorry, that's on me. I did
love and peace and all that, please. God. Love and peace.
I don't know what she said. You didn't let me read it.
I thought you read it. Sorry.
Why?
Thus, there is absolutely no way someone would be against a route.
Fucking stop it!
Well, now Katya's doing. No, Katya's acting up. Jeez.
Jesus fucking Christ. Sorry, I just wanted to quickly Google if the German word for ringmaster was Ring General, but it's not. It's actually. Are you ready for this? Circusdirektor.
Fair. Yeah.
That's a good word. That's a good word.
Circle stiletto.
No, Circus Director, as in director.
Circus Director, right.
Circus Director, yeah.
Director.
Doggo in motion.
Get fucked, dog. Your Honor, I'd like you to hear Acro's story. Next time on Game... Anyway, sorry.
On Dragon Ball... on Dragon Ball Attorney.
Or someone on a podcast I was listening to the other day called it Dragon Ball Z, and then 5 minutes passed, and then one of the other podcasts went, sorry, can I just back up something you said 5 minutes? Did you fucking say Dragon Ball Z? And he went, I'm Canadian, I don't know it. And the other Canadian went, I'm Canadian too, and what the fuck, my dude? It was just...
it actually is Dragon Ball Z though, like, but...
Yeah, logically, with our language.
In Japan, it's Dragon Ball Z. Like, that's how you say it.
Oh.
So...
Who knows? But you know it's not. Learn about his relationship with the ringmaster and his life up until now.
Flashback.
Well, what do we do? I'm getting there. Give me that. There's no doubting that Acro deeply respected the ringmaster.
Acro's motive.
Acrotive.
It seems that this case isn't over yet, much to all of your chagrins.
Did he? Did he really?
Very well. However, I feel this is a good place to take a break.
Oh, thank God.
I will listen to the rest of Mr. Dingling's testimony after these messages from our sponsors.
Mr. Dingling's testimony.
Mr. Judge, your sandwich has arrived.
Oh, goody.
Oh, wonderful!
My Subway melt has arrived.
Hello, Fresh.
This court will now take a 10-minute recess. And by 10 minutes, I mean a 1-week break.
I'm going to eat this massive fucking ham sandwich.
I'm gonna honk this hoagie.
Continued. There was a lot going on there,
now
but that
your
was great
courier is
fun.
nearby.
So, hello, Max here. I had no lines except for the.
I
thing at the
told
beginning.
you.
Yeah.
But hey, you got
Max,
to level
I'm
up
so
your
sorry.
Corviknight, Matty, you know.
You did get to level up your Corviknight. Thank you for that.
Matty's voice actor is the king of improv.
See, if I'd have been Max in that, Matty, I'd have just been constantly like fucking heckling from the peanut gallery because I'm a shit and you're far too polite.
Right.
Please have that.
Jeremy, could we take an IRL 5-minute break?
Yeah, I was going to suggest that, anyway.
Excellent.
Because it'll give me time to get the Pokemon set up, as it were.
Yes. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to stay online, but we're going to step away, and all 4 of us are going to stay in communication with each other. Can we talk to each other, Jeremy? Is that a thing we can do?
No, we have to show up. I'm sorry.
No, I'm actually serious because sometimes Jeremy is like, you can't talk because they'll hear you.
Easy way to do it is I'll stay in this call if you want to hop in a different room to talk, and I'll just sort of be lurking, as it were.
If it's to sort out what you think we're sorting out, I'm sorted out. Literally sorted myself out during the Ace Attorney. So
yeah, I was gonna set up the Union Circle. That's what I was gonna do.
Gotcha.
So, all right, I'm gonna hop into another channel. If people want to follow me, that's cool.
That's cool.
But yes, we will see you in about. You stay here, Jer, and we'll see you all in 5 minutes.
You got it.
Bye bye.
I shall lurk